for another chance. This could be what he says in open court today, and we believe he's actually going to be allowed to wear civilian clothes as he does this. By the way, this is images of when he did the marathon back in the day. I have two questions for you, Joe. A, how much of an impact will Sean Combs' statements, this letter, have on the judge? And B, if this letter and if this video is allowed in, I have to wonder, is the judge going to look at all that and say, yeah, all the good that you did, all this time with your family was at the same time you were committing crimes? And I'm curious, again, the overall impact of the letter and the video.
Yeah, I mean, of course, he's going to fall on the sword. That's what he's going to do. I think the letter, to my mind, has a better chance of making an impact because there's no presentation, and you have to figure out whether or not you really want to believe it. But it's not going to be a shiny video. He was great at making videos. He was great at presenting. He's always been good at that. And to your point, while he was doing all the good in the past that he was doing, he was beating the heck out of these women and doing some things that really he doesn't want to remind the judge of, right? So I think he's got to be careful about the whole video thing because there's no jury here today. I always thought that the jury could help him because they wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt and that he's the guy that they've seen all of these years, over the years. But the judge is not that guy. And so he has to, it's a very slippery slope to keep from coming off as too shiny and too, fill in the blank in light of everything he actually has done and in light of everything that he was doing while he was doing all this good. He's got to focus more on the good he can do in the future, not even the good that he did in the past, because while he was doing good in the past, these women were going through a private hell. So we'll see how much of an impact it actually has. My sense is the letter and his words, if he says something to the judge, has a better chance of making an impact, piercing through and hopefully coming off as sincere. The film, the slideshow, whatever it is a presentation. Whether it's heartfelt or not, there's still this veil of presentation that he's got to get around. And we all know he can present. He's always been able to do that. So in and of itself, that's not going to carry the day.
Aaliyah, we have this question from Sydney Sexton. Been watching since day one of the trial. Thank you for the coverage. Thank you so much for saying that. A question, what are your predictions on the length of sentencing? Aaliyah, obviously I'll give you the floor to answer that, but I guess the other question is, and I focus on something I mentioned before, the reason this sentencing is so significant is because of the unknown. This is not a murder case where the judge listens to victim impact statements and already has to go in and says it's going to be life without the possibility of parole. This is a case where I do wonder how much is the judge going to be persuaded by all of the letters, all of the statements. Do you think he's already made up his mind? And what do you think that sentence could be?
It's a great question, Jesse. I think that I'm thinking somewhere in the range of 5 to 7 years. The reason I think that is because I feel like that, for lack of a better term, it splits the baby, right? So the prosecution wants 11 years. The defense wants 14 months. So 5 to 7 years will definitely split the baby, for lack of a better term, in that it shows that it's not simply you did your time and you're done.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point. Joe, we got again, very similar to what I just asked. This is a question from Monica Price. Has the judge already decided, or can he literally decide in court? Your opinion about that? Some people have looked at what Judge Subramanian has done in the past, denying him bail, denying him the motion to throw out the convictions. They say, oh, that means he's really going to go heavy. So maybe he'll go 11 years. Who knows? You persuaded by that? What's your prediction?
Well, I'm sure the judge has some thoughts, right? Because it's his job to have some thoughts, but he's supposed to be moved by what happens today, right? So he's actually supposed to have an open mind in terms of where things go. He doesn't seem like a, quote, soft judge. He didn't let him stay on the street, didn't bail him out despite 3 or 4 requests. So it's going to be interesting to see where he lands. And I think an important question, a related question, what we're asking is, how far is he going to deviate from the guidelines? Because what Ali is talking about is really something that's close to what the guidelines would be, right? So what is it about P. Diddy that perhaps makes him veer much below the guidelines or veer much above the guidelines, right? And so the question is, how far away is he going to go from that? I think that because it's a circus potentially, because there will be presentations today and a longer presentation and such a potential divergence in what he could really receive, the judge really would have to have an open mind going in today because he really doesn't know what he's going to see, and it's a little bit unusual. So my sense is he hasn't decided yet, hopefully, right? And hopefully he considers, and in his rendering, he talks about what he considered, including and particularly what he saw today.
Sierra, so first of all, we're getting an update from court. Want to let everybody know we're going to have updates from court. We're going to read them to you in real time. There's no cameras allowed, but we'll let you know what's happening. Sean Combs has been brought in. He's wearing a white shirt, so he's not wearing his MDC clothes. He puts his papers under the table. He's been leaning back. He blows a kiss to the gallery. His mother, Brian Steele, is standing next to him, whispering in his ear. So we're about to start this sentencing hearing right now. Sierra, there have been a flurry of letters. There has been a flurry of communication to the court in anticipation of this sentencing. What are some of the notable letters that the judge has received in anticipation of this?
He's received multiple different letters in all of this. And I guess it makes sense, right? Because both sides want a win here. We didn't see a complete sweep in terms of the conviction. We heard all of the drama there. Overall, a win for Diddy. So the prosecution wants as much time as they can get, right? So they're going to bring forth letters talking about that. But counter the defense on the same side of things, they want as little time as they can get for P. Diddy. So of course we've noticed that Diddy himself has prepared a statement, that he likely will read it if that is allowed. Then of course we have the information about other victim impact statements, talking about Cassie, Mia. There's been some back and forth here that the defense says we don't want Mia to speak. This has nothing to do with her. His conviction has nothing to do with Mia. Why are we even bringing that up? So that's one of the other additional letters. Then there's also information from Gina. If we're going back to the trial and talking about this is victim number 3, who, if you guys remember, go back in your memory bank. Initially, victim 3 was going to be Gina, going to testify for the government. Then in the final hour, the government said, we don't know where she's at. Like, we don't have her. So suddenly there were only 3 victims rather than the 4. And since all of this has come out, Gina has said, I felt that I was, pressured by the prosecution to come forward and say that I was a victim when I wasn't really. So the defense now has this in their back pocket, a letter of support for P. Diddy. So we've got multiple letters, support against some of the victims, the allegations. All of it is kind of culminating today with sentencing.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And Aaliyah, it was kind of shocking, right? Gina comes out and says I was pressured by the prosecution, but I wonder if the judge will look at that. And by the way, this is not me saying which way the judge should go. I'm just wondering, kind of surmising what the judge may say. Could the judge look at Gina's letter and say, she really wasn't part of the case that the jurors found him guilty of? Like, what Gina says doesn't affect the fact that he was found guilty of
what up, D-Man?
to engage in.
Yo, what up, everybody? What up, y'all? Yeah, we live, Buckle Network, man. We just saying what's going on. What up, T-Banks? T-Banks, I'm finna send you the link to the studio. T-Banks. I'm finna send you the link.
On the judge, I think that the fact that this witness specifically keeps saying that, well, the prosecution made me feel like a victim versus actually being a victim, and then potentially writing a letter in support. I mean, to the extent that the judge considers her letter, right, it would be give the same weight as other people who are in support of Diddy, right? I mean, Young Miami's name was mentioned many times throughout this trial, or at least in the coming up to the trial, and she wrote a letter in support as well, right? So I imagine the judge would give the same amount of weight as he would give to her letter.
Okay, so we have an update from court. All rise. This has begun. Clerk, this is U.S. versus Sean Combs. Judge Subramanian says, do we have the signed order of forfeiture? Prosecutor Slavic says, yes, I am handing it up. Judge, first I'll go over that. I have received and the pre-sentencing reports. I'll hear from the parties. So we're getting underway right now. We have a poll up. Do you think Diddy will walk out a free man today? 58% say no. 23% say yes. 19% say hard to say. So Joe, Fabiola Delgado Lebron says, Joe, I took your advice on the glasses. Mine haven't been clearer. There you go. there we go. Glasses became a big part of our conversation as we were talking about this.
It's crazy.
Anyway,
The darndest thing.
yeah. Okay. Do you feel there is a possibility that Diddy will be able to walk away today due to time served? I mean, I don't think it's going to be, even if he gets time served, like he just walks out of the courtroom like it's Law and Order. He actually has to be processed, right?
What up?
Yeah, he does. I mean, he wouldn't walk out that very moment. But the question would be, could he get a time served situation where technically all he would have to do is process to come out? And although it's possible, I don't think it's probable. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think he's going to get out today. I think he's going to get some amount of time, more than what.
We definitely covering this. What up, y'all? Welcome to Bunkers Network. What up? I see y'all. What up, Mar? What up, T Banks? What up, everybody? Misha turn exercise. Everybody on Twitch, everybody on YouTube. Y'all know the business. We seeing what's going on with this trial. Y'all pop in. Tap in.
What the defense is asking for. Clearly, the defense, of course, is going to ask low. Prosecution is going to ask high. The judge is going to wind up somewhere between the two. There's a question as to which one he'll wind up closer to, right? You know, could he wind up in that 4 to 6, 5 to 7 range? That would be the sentencing guidelines. Or is this a situation where, because of how unusual it is, because of the magnitude of John B. Combs is, he winds up lower or higher? I mean, those things can come.
We definitely gonna find out how many years he's gonna get, or he might walk away. Who knows today?
Both ways. But even if he were to get free, as it were, he would still have to process out. So he wouldn't walk out that very moment, you know, with Diddy music playing in the background. I mean, it would completely undermine, by the way, this whole idea of being somber, of being sorry, of being regretted, things like that. I think he'd have to be concerned about that as well. Even if he does get out, he would need to be somber and need to be humble, because otherwise he becomes this person that he was before. And this becomes a thing that makes everybody go, the people particularly that fear for their safety, et cetera, that were sympathetic to Cassie and others, oh, here we go again.
That's a good point. We have an update from court. Judge says, I've received the defense's reply memo of October 2nd and the letter from Mr. Combs and the video, which we're showing you right now, and the video the defense plans to play here in court. I appreciated the letters.
What up, Kristen?
I've received the government's letters from Miss Ventura and others, meaning.
Yo, what up, Kristen? What up? We're gonna see. What up, Kristen? What up, y'all? What up, the building here? All right.
You know, the victims in this case. I appreciate them. Now, Aaliyah, I don't know what to take away from when he says, I appreciate them. Does it signify that he's thinking about them? Does it signify that he's going to use it in his calculus, his determination, his analysis? Or he just says, hey, listen, I appreciate them submitting them?
I think the judge is very particular in the words that he used. I think by saying I appreciate them, he's acknowledging that he's received them, that he's reviewed them, and that he is going to take those letters into consideration. I think I appreciate is a better word than I've reviewed, acknowledged, and understand. It's a very short way of saying, hey, I got them. Hey, I'm looking into them.
What up, Mar? I see you. What up, Mar?
Hey, I'm gonna consider them when making my decision, but I'm not gonna say I'm considering them while making my decision.
We have an update for you, okay? Sierra, I'm going to throw this to you. So, Sean Combs' defense attorney says we're going to submit a course evaluation from MDC, where he's been housed.
All right, y'all give me a second. Let me do something real quick. We got Pretty B and T Banks, y'all in the building. Let me see. Y'all got hold on. What y'all doing? Hold on. Let me get to this to you. Yo, what up? Y'all there? Freddie B.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, y'all there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I paused it real quick. Y'all can hear you, T-Banks. Y'all can hear me, right? Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right, cool. Yeah, we're going to get it rolling real quick. All right. Hold on. Let them hear real quick, get a warm-up too. What up, y'all? T-Banks in the building, Freddie B in the building. Let's go.
Prosecutor Slavic says we don't have a copy. The judge says, please give her one. Put that to the side. Prosecutor Slavic just announced Mia no longer wishes to address the court here today, in part due to the letter submitted by the defense bullying. Sierra, that is a big update that Mia apparently will no longer make a statement in court, because we know the defense was trying to object to her testimony, object to her statement. The prosecution
Hey, I make sure y'all like this thing up. I just think repost, share, do put it everywhere.
did accuse them of
We
bullying
live on
her
everything.
and, characterizing her in a certain way. We can talk back and forth about her testimony during the course of this trial, whether or not it helped or hurt the prosecution. But the fact that she is apparently no longer going to make a statement in court, apparently because of what the defense said in their letter, your reaction to that?
I mean, this isn't the first time that we've heard this sort of argument from the prosecution, right? If we go back to the trial, they were saying how important it was for these women, these survivors, to come forward, not just for this case, but for any sort of case across the entire country when we're talking about sexual assault allegations. And essentially what they said is they have seen bullying, they have seen coercion, they have seen threats, all from Diddy and his team. And again, these were allegations, but basically the prosecutors say, from the start, you guys have been bullying all of these survivors into not coming forward. That's what happened with Gina. Now, of course, we do know what Gina says now. She says that it was prosecutors, actually, conversely, who were the ones who were kind of making her feel as though she was a victim. But here, this allegation that Mia has been bullied by the defense, I guess we should pay attention to it and put some sort of weight into it, because if Mia truly does feel that her safety is at risk here, that's very important to consider, because she does have the right to be able to speak, and it's very important that she would be heard. But I'm very interested to see what the defense has to say about all of this, because I assume they're going to say, hey, there was no bullying here. We did none of that. We were well within our rights. So I think that's important too.
Yeah, remember, Mia testified that she was sexually assaulted by Sean Combs multiple times. In her letter to the judge, she said that the sentence should reflect the years of coercion, financial abuse, humiliation, physical and sexual violence, and the profound trauma that he has inflicted as a result. It doesn't take away that that letter was submitted. So the judge could still consider the letter. It's just the fact that she's not going to appear in court, I think, is also quite significant. We have an update from court. Prosecutor Slavic says, we think the defense's letter violated Your Honor's rules, again, regarding how they fought back against Mia. Judge says, I thought the tone was inappropriate and it should not happen again. Anyone beyond Mr. Combs? Brian Steele, one of Sean Combs' defense attorney, says the Reverend and Mr. Combs' children will come up and stand together. So it appears we're going to hear multiple people during the course of this hearing. Very interesting. So Stilo Suave, have any of the letters in Combs' trial been made public yet? Yes, you can see all of them. They're all out there. I was reading the one from Sean Combs as well. Aaliyah, question from Words 789. Why is P. Diddy allowed to wear civilian clothing when he's already been convicted and is in custody?
It's really just about presentation. You want the judge to consider this individual, Mr. Combs in this case, as a person and not as a criminal, right? Even though he has been convicted, even the sentencing is still being considered, you don't want to be sentencing someone in jail clothes. It taints the image that the defense is trying to put forth, that even though I was convicted, even though I did do these wrongs, I'm still...
I'm just pausing for a second real quick. Yeah, I see you. I'll holler at you, Luna. Appreciate that, Luna, but we doing the Diddy thing. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all like this thing, share it up.
A father, I'm still, a person of the community that wants to support the community, and I want to be looked at and considered as such.
Going back to questions as we wait for more updates. So just submit your questions on YouTube. We'll make sure to answer them
Man,
here
man,
on
shout out
air.
to you. Matter of fact, I'm pausing for a second. We're going to keep it going. But shout out to my Twitch people, man. Shout out to y'all on Twitch. Be hitting me up and stuff. And y'all love gaming and stuff like that if y'all don't know. But we're going to talk about that. Let's get into the trial.
Okay, this is from Dungaroo TV. It's a good question. Joe, are there any precedents that could give us an idea of how long Combs' sentencing will be? I mean, that was battled back and forth by the prosecution and the defense in their memos, their sentencing recommendations, looking at past cases. I think it is interesting and notable to talk about the fact that he was only convicted of these crimes as opposed to these crimes in connection to an overarching racketeering conspiracy case or a sex trafficking case. There was the question about whether or not he would even be brought up on those charges, the transportation to engage in prostitution charges, what he was convicted of, if those were the only charges, if they weren't connected. But he was acquitted of the most serious charges. So when we're talking about precedent here, purely on these prostitution charges, is there precedent on what the range could or could not be?
Yeah, there's precedent on the charges themselves, but there's not precedent on this particular individual, who he is, how this happened. They made a very interesting argument. It was unsuccessful about saying, hey, he was just a guy that just liked to watch
Yo,
things
what up?
happen. He should never have been convicted on even the things that he was convicted on.
What up, Gabriel? What up? What up? We send this Diddy sentence day. We're gonna see if he's going free. You think he's going home? They're going friend.
So if it was just about the precedent, someone is convicted for this crime. If that was the case, the sentencing guidelines are 4 to 6, 5 to 7, right in there, and the parties wouldn't be deviating from them too much, right? But that's what's so amazing about this. What's being asked for is so divergent. I think it suggests that either there's no precedent at all, or there's distinguishing elements that say you should deviate very high or very low from what the charges themselves would normally warrant under this circumstance. So there is precedent, but there isn't. I hate to talk out of two sides of my mouth here because I feel like I am, but Diddy changes everything. He makes things look different potentially, and he makes for an argument. He can say all these things that I can do in the community. The other side, the prosecutor can say all the damage he'd done because of all of the things that were brought before the court, even though he wasn't convicted of those things. There's been a whole lot of discussion from me and Gina about people, acquitted conduct being considered and all of these other things. So he really changes the calculus on what would normally be a precedent based on the actual crimes themselves. That's a clear question. The more complicated question is, how does Diddy change the potential precedent or get rid of it altogether?
Some updates in courts, they're going back and
phone
forth
call.
about who will be allowed to speak, in the sense that the judge says, look, I overruled the defense wanting to exclude Mia, so what about who the defense wants to call in? It seems like the judge is going to allow the children and a Dr. Johnson, this Reverend doctor, to speak as well. He's going to be thinking about the others. Okay, got a super chat question. Thank you so much. Super chat question from Free. I'll go to you, Aaliyah. This is from Free. Does Diddy get to go last with the video and the letter? So will he make the last statement and provide his letter or his statement as well as this video that we've been playing in the background?
As we've been speaking before, I'm not sure that the video actually comes in as far as the sentencing is concerned. I think the judge saying that he received it and reviewed it is probably as much as we're going to receive regarding the video in the sentencing hearing today. I also think that it depends on the judge and his preference and what he wants to hear.
Yeah,
Is
let
it
me know
more customary for the defendant to have his statement last? Sometimes, but the judge might want to hear from the victims last. It really just depends on how this judge wants to run his courtroom.
We got to see what's going on.
By the way, this is such an interesting update that we just got in. The judge is talking about what he can and cannot consider. This became a big topic post-verdict and going into sentencing. As to the objections, the defense says acquitted conduct cannot be considered, meaning regarding all the conduct that supported the racketeering conspiracy case and the sex trafficking charges. There is no guidance from any court on this, the judge says. We don't know what the jury was thinking, but it's about overlapping conduct, and it only impacts the advisory guidelines range. That's a good question here, right, Joe? What can the judge consider here? Can the judge consider the beating of Cassie Ventura in that 2016 tape? Did it really support the jury's findings with respect to transportation to engage in prostitution? You asked me, it seemed that it was more about, was that sex trafficking? The transportation to engage in prostitution felt, was Sean Combs transporting sex workers and these victims for the purposes of sex work? If there was a money trail, voice notes, text messages, you could prove that case without even the 2016 video. But should it be considered for purposes of sentencing?
Yeah, I mean, that's what's really, really interesting here, because I believe there's overlap between the crimes that they were trying to convict him of. So even though you're not supposed to have acquitted conduct considered, if you're considering Mia's statement, if you're considering certain things that really went towards the other crimes for which he was acquitted, how is it not arguably acquitted conduct? It's things that would go to both transportation as well as the criminal conspiracy, which he was ultimately acquitted of. How is it not crossing the line and being in that gray area there? So he's not supposed to consider acquitted conduct, but I think that there's such potential for overlap here. The judge is going to have to be really careful about what he actually does consider, what comes in, et cetera, in that regard. And I think that there's argument back and forth. I mean, that's why there was objections about certain people's information and letters coming in, because there's a question as to whether or not this is about the acquitted conduct for which he was not convicted. And so it's an open question. Certain things aren't supposed to get in, but there's so much crossover and overlap. I think there's gray area, and I think it can be muddy.
Sierra, we got a question from Dungaroo TV. What do you think the repercussions will be for Sean Combs after all of this blows over? I guess the question would be, putting aside the sentence, let's say he's released, let's say he gets 14 months and he's released, or let's say he gets 2 years, he's released. He comes out. What are the repercussions for him? Because he could still lead a life. He still has a career. He still has businesses. He's got over 60 lawsuits he's got to contend with. But what are the repercussions in your mind after covering Sean Combs for such a long time?
I think that this is such a good question, right? It's really why all of us are interested in the case in the first place, because to see the downfall of someone like P. Diddy, who prior to his arrest was literally receiving the key to New York City, where we are right now, and now he's behind me in federal court. I mean, it's a major fall from grace. And that begs the question, what's going to happen? I mean, he's already been in jail for more than a year at this point. Whatever happens with sentencing will happen. He'll serve his time. He'll get released, whatever. But I think the big question here is what's next for his career. I mean, we know that P. Diddy is undoubtedly very charming. He, charmed the masses with his huge music career. On top of that, we're talking about some of the brands that he had in regards to alcohol. Then there was his clothing line. And since all of these allegations came forward and some of these civil lawsuits, he has seen a bit of issues as far as the business side of things. So I guess that's really the question. Will he be canceled from all of this? Will his career be completely gone? Honestly, I don't think so, because just being down here at the courthouse, there are still supporters for Diddy. There are still people who say, yeah, Diddy is a father figure to me. Diddy is a mentor to me. All of these things. So I think some people will make up their minds and say, I'm done listening to it. I don't want to hear anything he puts out. I'm never going to buy another Sean John item ever again. But then some people who are the diehard fans will help continue to perpetuate the future of his career. I think it's kind of a wait and see situation.
That's a good point. So again, the judge is considering whether or not acquitted conduct could be considered for purposes of sentencing. Judge said acquitted conduct can be considered. He cites a Second Circuit case and other cases. Even matters that cannot be considered for the guidelines can be considered under a specific legal statute. Now the U.S.'s objections, they argue for the criminal sexual abuse
he's acquitted of the charge, so how you still going to use it? That's crazy.
How does he tackle all of the civil?
What'd you say, T-Bank? Go ahead, because I can't hear you when it's playing the screen. What'd you say?
No, I was just saying, like, they sitting back, the judge talking about acquitted charges can still be used, but it's like, yo, if you got acquitted of the charge, how can you use that in regards to sentencing? That ain't got nothing that he's been acquitted. That's not a charge that he actually was convicted of. So how are you still gonna be able to use that in regards to his sentencing? Like, that shit's crazy.
Exactly, T-Bank. It's crazy.
That shit's crazy.
The man is guilty of being a pimp. Like, these are prostitution charges. Get the fuck out of here.
Right, but nobody. No, I'm just saying, like you said, they convicted him of being a pimp, but you still trying to sit here and bring in daggone what's the domestic violence, but he was acquitted of it. That won't even a charge, but y'all still trying to consider that and sentencing this man for being a pimp? Man, stop. That shit crazy.
Technically, they only can sentence him according to it, but they're gonna just use stuff against him. You know what I'm saying? What you can't say will be used. They only can,
that's what the judge just said, though. That's the whole shit.
They're gonna charge him of that. That's why I think 11 years is something they were saying, but I don't know. We're gonna find out today. We'll see.
But Jimmy White, but don't that shit apply that this is his first time being convicted of anything? What is that shit called? First Offenders Act or whatever.
First time offender. First time
offender. That shit doesn't apply to this, because this ain't no fucking. That's not a federal charge, right? The prostitution shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a
Because the whole
felony.
shit was a RICO. They just knocking certain things outside of the RICO.
I'm
Everything
saying,
is
but he
regular.
was only convicted of the prostitution shit.
You get multiple charges, but multiple charges get threw out. Like I caught 30 charges, then they threw
No,
everything
no, I'm
out.
not. That's not what I'm. That's not what I'm
They
asking.
can't
What
make
I'm
it
saying
split.
is,
They
but what
still
I'm
gonna sentence you according to that. I'm just telling you how I know. They're gonna drop all that shit that they can't prove. They got no evidence on it. And then what they do is what they do got on you is they make you cop out to some shit. Or take a first offenders act when it's your
I'm
first
saying,
time.
but he beat all the
And
other
they'll drop
charges.
it
He was
all
found
down
not
to
guilty of
not
all the
murder,
bullshit.
or robbery, or assault with a deadly
What
weapon,
up,
whatever.
thinker? No. But Jimmy White,
They
I'm
won't
saying,
charge
but
you
he
with
was
certain
found not
cases.
guilty of.
Is you gonna listen, nigga? You can't overtalk me. I'm explaining to you
You're
how
not
it goes.
understanding my question.
You can
All right.
get 30 charges, right? They only can charge him. All them they gonna just bring it all up. What he's being brought about, the baby oil and all that, whatever the case, the pimping, prostitution, whatever. But for everything they got threw out, that means they threw all that out. Now they just gonna go and base his years or whatever they gonna sentence him as, whatever they got left. You see what I'm saying? Like all my charges got threw out. They only charged me with one thing because they had no evidence on everything else. You see what I'm saying? So
Okay.
they base your charges around it, and they'll say, "Well, we're gonna give you 10 years probation or 5 years probation. Sign this First Offenders Act. Boom. But if you fuck up, then this like what the thug got 20 years. He fuck up, he got to go back up all that goddamn time. Don't matter what he did. You see what I'm saying? He still gonna have to do that 20. They only
But
gonna
but
keep him
but
on certain
listen to what
in jail. So they would probably most likely give him a bunch of paper. This is just what I'm thinking. They finna most likely just give him a bunch of probation. You know what I'm saying? To okay, credit his time for the year he served or whatever the case may be. And boom, boom, boom. Or, if it's deeper than that, I don't know. We're gonna find out. But that's all technically they can do. And that's law, jurisdiction law. You know what I'm saying? Because all of them operate under the maritime law. Every judge in the United States of America is operating under maritime law. They have to go by that law. You see what I'm saying? So that's the business. So they only can charge him whatever the charges that's left. They cannot charge him and base none of them of whatever got through out and acquitted on. They only can charge
okay
him,
now with you saying that,
which you can
okay,
come with just news
we
items.
get he can't be held with shit he won't charge with. Okay, cool. You know what I
Right.
mean? But you have to understand he was only convicted of the Mann Act. So everything else, the arson and everything else that was listed under his charges, at
Right.
that point in time, that should not be used in consideration for charging him or sentencing him for the Mann Act. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
Because,
but but the
because,
but the
because matter of
judge
fact,
came
Can't
because,
out.
walk
because,
away
because,
from that.
because my
Yeah.
thing is right. What normally what sentence do the man act carry?
Hold on, y'all talk real quick. Let me get these damn
Is my
dogs.
question.
I don't know what's wrong.
Hold on,
Get
see, I'm gonna have to look that up real quick. But that's the question because it's two counts of the Mann Act or is it just one count?
two counts.
Okay, hold on.
Wait, the motherfucker just said the government objects to probation, not considering Jane and Cassie as vulnerable victims. I overruled this. What does the judge mean by that? Anybody know what the fuck that means?
That means they throwing it out. That means they overruling it.
Oh,
So with the Mann Act, it's a minimum of 10 years. So he's looking at a minimum of 20 years for both of those charges if they give him
what
the
being
full
informed
10 for
that
each
court
one.
ruled this application the court will reach the same court. Now, Mr. Cohen objection. So the judge is talking
You
now,
got that
Jimmy.
part.
I guess, Jimmy, I guess it's coming out of the courtroom. The fucking judge is talking.
Do what now?
Yeah, so go ahead and play it.
I guess the judge is talking. You need to find a channel where the fucking judge is talking. But the judge it's shit coming out of that
That
courtroom.
he's facing.
Hold on.
Well,
No,
he has
listen,
a
you gotta
reverend in
find
the
something else. Not them. They not talking about shit. I want to hear what the fuck coming out this courtroom. Cause I'm looking at something else and what was that? Oh, what up, Crystal? What up, Mara? No.
Talk to them real quick. Y'all to take over.
Yeah, you gotta find something. Yeah, because the judge just said what made Combs' coercion effective was their condition. Anyway, the court would reach the same conclusion. Now, Mr. Combs' objections. So I guess they're doing some kind of objections or whatever the fuck going on. But even though if it's maxed at 10 years, my thing, you still have to treat him as a citizen. This is his first time being convicted of anything. It's only the Mann Act, right? They would have to run that concurrent, so it can't be 20 years. I think that's why Krista is saying, I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not paying attention. I'm looking at this other thing, Chris. I'll be looking at. Mr. Combs objects to characterizing Miss Ventura. What? Mr. Combs also objects to the escorts being characterized as victims. This is also overruled. They were transported for the purpose of engaging in commercial sex. So I guess they're going back and forth about what they land, what's really going on. I guess that's Puff lawyers talking about the objections, what they objection to. You don't want them to be categorized as victims. Like all of this shit is weird. Like at what point do we say, man, this shit here? Come on, they can't get this man. If that judge fucking around and give him, if that judge fucking give him 10 years, bro, that'll be some bullshit. Jamike, just go to I think his name JLR. What's his fucking name? JLR investigates. He on YouTube, Jamike, because he getting information as it come out of the fucking courtroom.
If anything, just based off of, you know what I mean, after paying attention to the trial and everything like that, I don't think he'll see anything over 5 to 7. Like they gonna give him some time. Like I believe they gonna give him some time, but I don't think he's gonna see over 5 to 7.
Hey, T-Banksy, you go with that shit. Now you saying that you think they're gonna give him time. What do you mean? So you mean to tell me you don't think that they're gonna say a year served, but probation for X amount of years? That can't hold. He's already did a year. I think that's the reason why he was okay with. He's officially been in. He's done a whole fucking year off some shit like this. Because that count towards something, right?
But yeah. Because
even when niggas do other shit, nigga, them niggas will get 18
all
months.
across the trial.
Yeah,
on
him,
the plane. James
this motherfucker want to see Puff Daddy go to jail.
Release the videos. That's coercion.
Tristan, but even what T-Banks is saying, if the fucking judge does that,
here we go.
Then that's when you know it's a corrupt system.
Facts.
No, Jim White, play that, Jim White. That's a coercion when somebody goes to jail.
It's playing, fool.
I don't hear it. I don't hear it no more.
Yeah, you can't hear it.
Sean Diddy Combs has just filed a brand new bid to get out of jail before his sentencing in a few months. From arguing he shouldn't be locked.
Oh my God, Jimmy White. But T-Banks, Crystal said she holding you accountable for saying that they're gonna get 5 to 7 years. Niggas not gonna get no fucking 5 to 7 years. If they give him 5 to 7 years, that's gonna define or basically be blatant. That's a corrupt fucking system.
And I mean, come on now. If we gonna based off of truth, we know it's a corrupt system. Like this is something. It's not a if and a but about it. We know that the judicial system is a corrupt system, and because of his stature, because of who he is, okay, what are they going to do? They're going to make an example out of him. But at the same time, they're going to make it seem like, okay, well, we didn't give him the full 20 that we could have given him.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? But I feel like they're going to give him something just because of who he
real,
is.
Folks, quickly here.
Yeah, let him play, Jamal. I want to hear what he saying.
NBC News says prosecutors have some space to use acquitted conduct.
That right there
judge gave prosecutors at the sentencing hearing the freedom to cite acquitted conduct, aka relevant conduct, referring to actions by Combs in charges for which he was found not guilty. The court will be best to determine whether it qualifies as relevant conduct, he said. I've used that word so much during the course of the trial. Relevant conduct. We consider all the facts to impose the sentence, but not greater than necessary. So even though Combs was cleared of the most serious charges of running a criminal enterprise, testimony about the alleged coercion he might have used against his former girlfriends could be cited, the judge says.
And that's my point. That's my point right there. They're taking shit that he was acquitted of and they're trying to make it relevant
Might
in
learn
the
something new
sentencing
today, folks,
for
that you did not know what
the
happens to the
man
feds. This is how thousands of people end up serving long prison sentences for stuff that they
Exactly.
weren't convicted of, but
Exactly.
under federal sentencing guideline, relevant to the scheme of what they did. Relevant conduct.
And that's my point right there. That's my whole point right there. He just stated it.
Relevant
He
conduct.
just laid it out.
We're
So
waiting
if
for
they
the next
deem
one.
if they deem anything that he was acquitted of relevant to the Mann Act, they can still consider that in sentencing him.
Oh
And
boy,
this
oh
is
boy.
and this is why this explains
All
why
right.
the system is
Let's
fucked
see.
up.
Got an
Because
update.
because that's bullshit. You know how many niggas probably in the feds or in jail based off that goofy shit because they just want to lock a person up. He was found not
Exactly.
guilty of it, so that shouldn't be used against him.
But that's my point. That's why I say 5 to 7. That's what I'm seeing. Simply because again, this is what they do. Oh well, on the way to sit
A
back
legal
here and get the
analyst
property,
respond to inner
you
city
stole
press
a
and said
car, but you was
the
acquitted
judge
of that
says the
stealing a car,
escorts were
but we still
victims.
gonna hold you accountable for something
This will
that you
be
was acquitted
overturned
of.
on appeal if Diddy's lawyers use the same verdict sheet to show the escorts were not victims.
And people say this shit that ain't got
Also,
nothing to do
some
with
escorts
racism. Yes,
didn't
the fuck it
testify.
does.
Sixth Amendment issue.
If Puff was white, they would not be having this discussion.
So legal analysts are chiming in on what
If
the
Puff
judge
was
just
white,
said.
he
The
would have been
judge
out 6
says
months
the
ago.
escorts were victims. The judge claimed the escorts were victims. Oh boy, folks. I mean, that's big. That's big. I mean, because normally, escorts don't necessarily get labeled as.
How in the hell are the escorts going to be victims and this is their quote unquote job?
Spider-Man.
Like pay attention to what they saying.
Seriously, Jimmy
They're
White
victims too. So Cabral, the Punisher,
makes all this shit is
and all
bullshit.
those other, all of them.
Exactly.
So they
But
just not
now
gonna,
There's
the
so many
people
of them. I forget all the names.
huh?
the
He
people who
named a bunch
agree
of them.
hold on, Jimmy White, pause it real quick.
Muted, Jimmy White.
So
Just
many
mute.
of them, all over the place. One from Los Angeles, Cabral, Atlanta, Punisher, New York,
Jimmy White.
down there in Miami.
T-Bane, this is my thing, and I don't know what you was about to say. I couldn't hear. My thing is this, right? So they're not going to take in consideration all of the male sex workers, right? They all have wrote letters and said that it was all consensual. So they're just
Exactly.
not going to take that in consideration. This shit
No,
is bullshit.
and see, it's not just the fact that they're not going to take it into consideration. It's the fact of now you're going to take these men who decided that this was going to be their quote unquote job and call them victims. Are you serious? Because that's exactly what he said. Like now, all the sex workers, the judge is considering them victims. They're not victims. That was what they wanted to do. That was how they made their money. How are you going to be a victim for being a police officer and you signed up to do the job? That shit's crazy. That shit is this just goes to show how corrupt this system truly is. And we just gonna put it on the floor. Cause ain't nowhere in the world, Freddie B, you decide you a professional stick up boy. That's your job, that's how you get your money. But all of a sudden you gonna rob somebody and he busts you in the knee, now all of a sudden you a victim? Man, stop. That shit's crazy. Man.
Saying this shit is all fucked up. Like you said, if he was white 6 months ago, they would have been let him go. Goddamn it, he'd be at home with an ankle monitor on. Yada, man, come on, get the fuck out of here.
That's a
It's
fact.
weird. That's why I don't know why some of these, like, and it still has me in the space of, right? When it comes to them, like any person with a fucking brain knows that these people did this shit consensual, right? So to be recognized or want to be recognized as victims, they feel threatened for their life, all of this weirdo shit that they doing. What about real women that's going through that? Like, to me, that's what's fucked up and why the system's so fucked up, because it's like, okay, you'll consider this a high profile case. But then at the same time, come on, Cassie knew what the fuck she was doing. Jane Doe knew what the fuck she was doing. They knew what the fuck they was doing. And they was willing to be a part of that lifestyle, right? Him spending all these millions of dollars. It was okay in while it was happening. But then now, when it became a money grab or how we can get money out of him, now it's problematic. Like this shit is crazy, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Krista came back multiple times. You don't
Mm-hmm.
go back multiple times. Get the fuck out of here. And what I mean by multiple times, because I don't want nobody to misconstrue what I'm saying, but if Cassie, you had the opportunity, you was with a whole nother man. You didn't cheat on your own husband with this nigga to have a freak off. Like at what point? What up, my boy? What was that? Oh, but if you didn't put yourself in a position where you was with Kid Cudi, you lied to Kid Cudi and Puff, so them two niggas can be. Then you turn around, right? You get with your husband that you met through Puff, who was your trainer. You cheated on your husband to do a freak off with Puff. You admitted you liked the fucking freak offs, and your message to him. You had the opportunity to leave. You didn't want to leave. And now you want to use this shit against him and all this shit what they're talking about. Next, Mr. Combs objects to the 5,000 assessment under the statute because there are no victims. He said denied. It was 5,000 assessment under the statute. He objects to the what the fuck is a
So
5,000 assessment? Huh?
what that sounds like is Diddy saying that, hey, no, they weren't
What up, young
victims.
boy Chris?
You see what I'm saying? No,
Yeah.
they were not victims. But the judge or the prosecution is coming back and saying, no, we're going to use all of these individuals as victims. You see what I'm saying? Pretty much saying the same thing we're saying. They were never victims. But they're coming back and they're going to say, no, they were victims. Like this is where the whole thing is misconstrued. Now everything is gonna sit back here and look like, oh, all these sex workers and everything that was hired, oh, they did it against their will. Man, stop. That shit this shit is nutty. This shit is fucking nutty.
Wait, all world saying my mic is low, Krista? I think he said my mic is low. My mic low, T-Banks? What
Nah,
up,
you
young boy
good.
Chris?
You
Oh,
good.
okay. Like that shit crazy though. What they like this, Mr. Steele, did you review it, Combs? I did. Like this shit, bro. This shit wild work, bro.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, because of the simple fact of who he is and the fact that this case is high profile, this is why at the end of the day he's going to walk away with some time. Like that's just what it is. He's going to walk away with time, even though, you know, what I mean, all right, I get it. Yeah, he can be charged the man that he did his year and everything like that. But if you look at the bare minimum for the Mann Act, for one charge of the Mann Act, like I said, the bare minimum that's 10 years. That's 10 years right there. You know what I mean? The prosecution, they're asking for 11. Like we got to take this into consideration as well. This is what the prosecution is asking for. They're only asking for 11 years out of the 20 that he could get for both charges. So we got to take that into consideration as well. But at the end of the day, what I see him walking away with about 5 to 7. Not because I want to see him locked up, but because of the simple fact I understand the system. I know how this system works. I know what this.
All world. That's what T Banks is saying. T Banks is saying that he's gonna get 5 to 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stating that nigga, if they give this nigga any fucking time, right? I think he should be time served with probation. If they give this nigga another day in jail after fucking today, this is why the system is fucked up. He's only been charged with the Mann Act, prostitution. All that other shit is bullshit. But we know the system is fucked up. We know this, like I'm talking about, and these is like I've listened to actual fucking lawyers say this. Like that shit he's dealing with is all bullshit. It's just based around who the fuck he is. Like the shit is weird to me, T Banks.
No, it's weird to me too. Like
If
it's
they get his man
definitely.
if they get his man some fucking time, bro, I'm telling you, this shit is all horse shit, bro. Shit is
Mm-hmm.
all horse shit.
It's a whole weird situation because
Hello, young
of the
boy Chris.
simple fact.
Why y'all saying this bullshit?
Because of the simple fact, I'm gonna say it just like this. You can go to every different state, and I guarantee you can find a judge in every state who doing exactly what Diddy was doing, and he's sitting on the stand, no
Exactly.
time, and they know that this is what he's doing, and they're covering it up. They doing this, they doing that, But now you got Diddy sitting here. He's been acquitted of all these charges. You're saying you're going to still use all those charges in consideration for his sentencing. You're going to sit back here. You're going to call these sex workers who agreed to do this, who got paid to do this because that's their job. Now you're going to call them victims? Man, stop it. That's bullshit across the board.
Because
It's
Jimmy White,
bullshit across the board.
and then Jimmy White, because look at it from this angle, right? How many niggas you know, right? Like T Banks just brought it up from a politician and a nigga, the judges, the politicians, all of these motherfuckers buy pussy, right? Let's just keep it a beam, right? So think about it from a normal level, right? You know how many rappers and entertainers and sports, they buy pussy. They buy pussy off OnlyFans and fucking TikTok all day long. What the fuck you think these trips to Dubai be? Them niggas buying pussy. So every man that buy pussy needs to be locked up for 5 to 10 years? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. It's crazy. Like this shit is crazy. The man was engaged, like they put his sex life on fucking trial. Now we're sitting up here debating whether he should get a decade because of his sex life, and he want to do weird shit in the bedroom.
Now, I'm with you, you're right, because I look at it like, man, how they got same-sex marriage laws and all this freaky shit they be doing, and then it's like those laws ain't covering Diddy right now. But we know with the hidden agenda behind it, they breaking him down what they do to black men in the coaching.
That's the bigger conversation. That's why I'm willing to step higher than his fucking case or utilize his case to prove that point. Like think about it. Like you said, y'all got all these fucking P-Valley, goddamn it, Blaylock rules, right? Y'all have these rules in place for these type people, right? Because that's what they want to call this man, P-Valley, right? But why is he not being protected under that same thing just because he wants to sit in a corner and watch his girl get piped down? What? And they ordering buying pussy or buying the visuals of, you know.
And see, the killer, baby, though, Hugh Hefner been doing this as a lifetime.
100 years. And the other
As a
motherfucker, it wasn't just
lifestyle,
Hugh
and
Hefner.
made millions off of it.
And he had little girls in there. Because remember,
You know what I'm
then,
saying? 87 got bitches in there 18.
That's what 18, nigga.
18.
Hugh Hefner never got locked up for that shit.
You never
Remember, and don't forget, and then they lied on this man. Remember, they put out no, I'm saying Jimmy White. Remember, they put the fake narrative out here that they was going to have it come out that he fucked with kids. That never came out in court. That was never addressed that he messed with kids.
Oh, facts. But it did come out, and she stated that was bullshit. She said that because she was mad. I forgot who it was.
Never heard that I never heard nobody get on the stand and say they was a kid. Who was a kid that took the stand?
No, it wasn't a kid that took the stand. It was the fact that particular allegation was only stated because old girl was mad. Because remember when she was like, "Oh, you over there, you fucking with that baby," and we spoke about this. How okay, you got an older woman and she 40 something, and you go out here and you mess with a 30 something. She can be like, "Oh, that's a baby."
No. But because that's the what's her name? Miami shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Miami's a grown 30-year-old. That's not a child.
Exactly, but that's what
years old.
Saying.
No. What I'm saying, T Banks, is this, right? We're going back into how the system is fucked up, right? And they went out, the fucking government went out to paint this narrative like this man was messing with a kid when the whole time we're talking about a 40-year-old bitch jealous of Carisha that's in her 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And then presented it like it's a child.
Facts.
Carisha is not a fucking child, bro. That's not a kid. 30-something years old. Bitch, you 40-something years old and was doing this over and over. Remember, her shit was called Hotel Nights.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, her shit wasn't called Free Calls. It was called Hotel Nights.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, you 40-something years old, right? With a kid, all this old extra shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Making sure you got babysitters on standby.
Yeah, and basically didn't want to spend time with your own damn girl.
And when you look at that scope and scale, right? Really, observe everything. It's because he's black. They do that to like entrepreneurs, millionaires. Big. If they brought Puff down and doing all this shit right here, think you got to think about it. We've been targeted black men in America who's wealthy.
Hold on, Jim White. That leads to a guideline of 7 to 87 months. What the fuck is that?
Hold on.
I don't know if he reached the charge. I'm talking about the judge. No, nigga, I'm reading. I think this is what the judge is saying. It is preserved. The PSR says the offense.
So I don't have to talk about it no more. I'm gonna let you do that, but what I'm saying is you have to understand. It's crazy.
No, but Jimmy White, I'm just saying I wanted to tell the
But
people, keep
hold
it
up, man.
updated.
You got the thought right there. You can read it out. Okay, cool. So my thing is, man, the
How you gonna
motherfuckers
skip on what's coming out the goddamn courtroom? That's why we here.
But go ahead. I know that's why we here, but I'm gonna land that point. Then we can move forward. But the point is, this OnlyFans shit. Think about it. Nobody's going to jail for OnlyFans. These bitches is prostituting themselves every day on OnlyFans. It ain't going to jail. But this nigga go to jail for prostituting himself. Make it make sense. But go ahead.
What the fuck is 60 to what? See, now you done threw me off. Hold on, I'd like to respond after defense as well. Today is accountability and justice for 15 years of victim. I don't know. Somebody got to update me because Jimmy White, I missed the fucking shit. But I don't know if they saying something about the
Yeah, it is. It's
70 to 87 months. How much fucking time is that?
You said it games
said no, they're addressing this is the judges, I guess, is he's looking at it from level 27, right, on the sentencing table, because they have to go by this guidelines of a sentencing table. But I just missed what the fuck he said. This is not just a case about free calls and hotel room. This is that's the government talking. This is about victims' heart, about a man who did horrible things to other people. So it's from a scale of 27 to a 1.
Right. The bitches says,
So bring up Inner City Press. Is he live? All world. Is Jimmy White probably wouldn't even know what page that is. T-Banks, go see if Inner City Press is live.
Oh, all right. Give me a second.
Because All World, did you catch that? It said he's looking from 27 to 1. Level 27 to 1. And the max could be 70 to 87 months. What the fuck is it? How many months is that, Jimmy White? What the fuck is 70 and 87 months? How long is that? Hold on, because 24, 48 would be. Hold on, 24, 48. That'd be 48.
If I'm doing my math right, it's about 4 to 5 years.
About 10. That's about 10 years. No, 70 to 87 months, nigga. That's damn near a decade, ain't it?
Nah, 70 to 87. If 2 years is 24 months. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like 5
I don't know.
years.
That's what I'm making. 5 to 7. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's all of the factors point to at least all of the factors point to at least 100. Look at the government talking about the nigga should get 135 months. These motherfuckers crazy. They said the nigga should get 135 months.
That right there, that sound like about a decade right there.
This what the government. I'm reading. No, this is what the government's saying. I'm reading as it comes to the courtroom.
Yeah, because that's what the government wants. They asked for 11 years. The government asked for 11 years.
Because that's the max. I'm looking at the chart now. What they have to go by when they're doing sentencing. So it is on the lesser. It would be because they're saying from level 27 to a level 1, right? Level 1 will be 0 to 6 months. But level 27 goes from 70 to 87. Max could be 135. 130 to 162 months.
That's 67.
The defense accuses us of seeking 135 months so that the court splits the difference. We think probation recommendation 60 months does not account for the harm to passengers. Okay. So they saying half of that. What the fuck is half of that? What the fuck? 60 months would be what? Damn, they saying probation for 60 months. That's what the Puff team makes it for. The recommendation of 60 months probation.
That's about 3 years.
That's
about 3 years probation.
Okay.
3 to 4 years probation, yeah.
See, that's why I think, like, to me, that will be fair, right? He goes home, get his nigga by 3 to 5 years motherfucking probation, right? For the First Time Offenders Act or whatever the fuck. And then y'all go from there. Tap him on the head or tap him on the hand, goddamn it, about some goddamn money. Make him pay all these different fees, make him do this, make him do that, give him strict goddamn it rules.
Money out of him.
Jamal, you said what, Jamal? I can't hear you.
They finna give him a bunch of goddamn federal probation and tax the fuck out of him.
Yeah, but to me, that's fair.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm just saying that's fair. That's what I want to get into, but we're gonna see. And then they gotta let him go today.
Especially being the fact that this is his first offense ever.
The nigga's 55 years old, 50,
That's
whatever
like,
the
I
fuck
don't
he
know
is. Come on.
why he got
This
on
this
regular
is first
clothes. He already
offense.
been sentenced because he finna walk out that goddamn door. Allegedly, I don't know because it's a little different, but how he walk out the door is different. They probably already let him walk out the door.
Well, nah, I mean, he wouldn't be able to
He
walk
moving
right out the
quiet.
courtroom because he still got to go through out processing and everything like that. But if he was to walk today, he'll be out by this evening.
Yeah, by this evening. Yeah,
Y'all just gonna overtalk me. Goddamn, bro. I'm gonna sit here and let y'all talk. I'm just giving my perspective. Y'all didn't hear the part when he said that the man got on regular clothes and they've been trying to figure out since they got acquitted, he been wearing regular clothes and they've been trying to figure out why. Because they finna let him walk out that goddamn door. They probably already let him walk out the door because it's a high profile case. But they wanted him to come back to court. He proven that, and they're gonna let his ass go probably today. Who knows? Because that's all they technically can do at this point. Because that first time they lock your ass up, yes, you're gonna do a little bit of time. He already did that little bit. Put him on a bunch of paperwork, under surveillance, even more stricter rules and regulations and guidelines. And then boom, they're gonna let him go, but they're gonna tax his ass heavy though. So he's gonna give the motherfuckers at least 200-300 million. Trust me, easy.
He was willing to pay these motherfuckers $50 million, so they already know he gonna pay. The nigga was willing to give up homes. The nigga was willing to give him what, 50 million? Like, all this is horse shit. Like the shit that they doing, man. Put that nigga on probation.
System they do though. They tax you. They did it to young boy. They do it to dirt. They do it to everybody that's black and power who got money. That's what they do to black powerful men, black men. Feel me? Think about it. That's the reason why this shit is so crazy. It's called the prostitution case. Yeah, y'all call it pimping. That's in control. This nigga in jail for pimping and pandering, basically. Being a freak ass nigga.
Yeah, Krista, what is that? What is that? The defendant's respect for the law is lip service. What the fuck does that mean? Lip service.
Dude, you got to
No,
say
that's what just came out of the courtroom. Said something about the lip service shit. Mr. Combs has booked speaking engagements for Miami for next week. That is the height. He did this for 15. What?
The killer to me though, see, because they saying all that right. To me, the killer is this. It's funny to me how they didn't. They bringing up his freak off life, his sex life. They never brought up the real shit that Puff do. Puff paying a lot of people under the table. Trust me, paying people. They texting the hell out of that boy. But the bigger you is, right there, foul though. Yeah.
Wait, they said the nigga.
But at the end of the day,
T-Banks, I think this is like Crystal. I think of one of y'all. So they saying this nigga done already booked a speaking engagement in Miami for next week.
So that means he's getting out. Because he's gonna tell you you're getting out. He just ain't telling anybody. That means he's getting out. That's what that means.
Oh, they saying his apology is lip service. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he pretty much saying he don't really mean those apologies aren't sincere. Pretty much he gonna get it. This is what the government trying to say. He bullshitting with the apologies, and as soon as he get out, he gonna go right back to doing the same thing. That's pretty much what the government is trying to portray. But again, that's the government job because they trying to lock that nigga up. Like, that's just what it is.
This nigga booking a speaking engagement already for next week that's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I work. That's why I work. Then he said, "Look, I know I'm out this bitch. Fuck the bullshit. Let me go ahead."
But they know, bruh, if this nigga get out today, later on this evening, right? They hit him with all this probation fines and all that weird shit. Tax that nigga to the utmost, goddamn it, whatever they want to do. He's finna make all of that fucking money back, nigga.
Back easily, nigga. Like this shit. That nigga Diddy, his motherfucking net worth might even go higher than what it was before he went in.
Jump, bro. Because technically he was found not guilty of the bullshit. Okay, the nigga like prostitutes. And damn, okay. Like you said, the judges, the lawyers, the politicians, all the motherfuckers who don't like prostitutes. Every nigga that go into the club, a strip club, like prostitutes and buy pussy, come on.
That they want to fulfill their fantasy. That's why niggas stay in the strip club. That's a fantasy they want to fulfill.
You wouldn't dropped on your head today. You on top of your P's and Q's today. I just think all this shit, bro. Them folk, man, they better do the right thing, man. And go ahead and let that man go ahead and basically, I don't know.
Get back to his get back to his life.
Go ahead and apologize to the world and go ahead and move the fuck on. And just if he get out, he don't do nothing else stupid, which I doubt if he do it. I think he just gonna do a bunch of making up with a bunch of motherfuckers, and nigga, he finna live like, you know, because at this point,
He
yeah,
gonna live
live
quiet.
quietly,
That's it.
and
He
cut
gonna live
everybody the
quiet.
fuck off. Cut everybody the fuck off.
Yep.
Who? Puff? Yeah, I'm talking about Diddy.
Yeah,
Everybody.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
nigga, he need to cut everybody the fuck off, and you know what I'm saying. He walked today, man. Cut all them niggas off. Dude, give your little apologies, whatever the fuck your little PR run need to be, and then nigga don't fuck with none of them folks. You gotta remember, he ain't lost a dime in this. He
No, no.
actually been making money every year. I mean, this whole entire time, every month.
Well, he done out here, man. He done out here, though.
Man, I beg to
No,
differ. How's he done?
with the
He's not done, Jim White.
Nah,
He's
he ain't
not
done
done.
I don't want to
Jim
talk to
White,
him. I
why do
don't pay
you
the-
think the government, Jim White, why do you think the government is pissed the fuck off? They couldn't get a dime from him. The point was to take his money. That was the fucking key. The key point was to take his fucking money. And y'all gotta make sure y'all goddamn like this thing up, hype this thing up. Damn, ain't nobody reposted this shit. Damn, Jim White. Well, no, you goddamn likes and goddamn reposts.
And then when he came out,
You only got
when he
nigga, you
came
only
out
got
with that
14
damn
likes.
with the
Nigga, you
Louis
only
tee
got
that he
14
came out
likes
with.
and 10.
Put it in the chat.
Yeah, yeah, you only got 14 likes, nigga, and 10 reposts. Nigga, you gotta get more than that.
What you mean? It's
But
like 500 people in this, but we on
no,
YouTube.
we chilling.
I
But
see
see,
all
that's your problem. Like, why would you even do that?
my
Like, why
my
would
Twitch people talking. Shout out to them for being in the chat too. So shout out to y'all too, though. Everybody.
you be wanting? I
Keeping the
told you not to do
conversation.
that. Yeah, but you want to do too much. I told you not to do that.
That ain't too
But yeah,
much.
but back, yeah, all right, nigga, you don't listen, nigga. All right, but the point that I'm making is right. Going back to the point. No. My whole thing is this, right? He's going to be fucking 10 times bigger. That nigga walk out the fucking courtroom. Two things gonna happen today, right? If they give him some bullshit time, tomorrow, this is what T Banks talking about, right? 5 to 7 years. There's gonna be a fucking uproar. All black folks is gonna be in an uproar because we know this is some bullshit. You don't give a man a bunch of fucking time for fucking his sex life. You just don't do it. It's going to expose the system. Now, on the flip side of the coin, right? He walks the fuck out of this courtroom, nigga, the world still finna explode. Why? Puff Daddy's free. But guess what? They didn't take his money. Then it's finna turn around. Nigga, you think Oprah Winfrey not finna want to sit down with him? Nigga, he's still a businessman mentally. Nigga, he don't want that money back. They said a nigga's a whole preacher and be doing Bible study in fucking prison. So he didn't fully committed his life to God, right? Which most niggas who, when they go to jail, what do, T-Banks? They become Muslims or full Christians. You think he not finna reap the benefits of to tell his story, how his life, jail changed his life, the process of what he went through? Like it was the other story that came out, the nigga that was locked up with him. I forget this dude who had just got out, who said he was locked up with Puff. That nigga said until Puff hit that fucking federal jail, nigga, it was the worst of the worst. They changed the whole jail just because of Puff. He's in there. How nasty it was because Puff would complain 24/7 how nasty and filthy the prison was. And they changed that because they had got raided. Everybody went on lockdown because of the what is it called? Jimmy White, like the conditions basically was fucked up conditions. And they had to go in there and clean it up so they wouldn't be exposed for basically it being a dirty jail. It wasn't even livable.
For being a fucked up system, for having a fucked up system. That's what that boils down to. Now that's a whole nother thing. If Puff sit back here, they let this man out, and that will become his mission. I feel like that will be his next move to sit back here because of the time that he spent in there. What he's gonna use that to do a huge PR run. Like you said, you got folks sitting back here testifying and speaking about how Puff cleaned up the jail. Now Puff is sitting out here and he's bringing out how nasty these jails are. No, we need jail reform across the board. At the end of the day, and Jimmy White, you'll hear me when I say this. This is the beginning of the Mahdi. This is the beginning of that. Because that's where all the warriors are at. You get them situated. Now they really get to talking. What that flag on? Okay, all right. We on the Diddy case. We on the Diddy case. We gonna stay on the Diddy case. My bad. I almost took it. It's Juma. It's Juma today. I almost went somewhere else.
Oh, go ahead, talk your shit. Think what you mean.
I'm just saying though.
Your white shit live. Ready to be in T-Banks and Velvet. Welcome to the bunny. Go ahead, talk your shit.
Like, but that's just what it is. Puff get out here. You got a prominent figure who has essentially the power and the influence to make this a topic of discussion. No, these systems out here, nah, they all the way fucked up. And guess what? Now I got the influence. I'm gonna go ahead and pull some folks together, and we about to change this whole shit up. They let him out. Guess what? Now he gets to sit back here and use what the judge said. Well, hold on. How you gonna sit back and you try and use things that individuals are acquitted of to convict them or to sentence them? What? That's completely wrong. That's almost what we like to call double jeopardy. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, that right there, like Puff gets out, I'm telling you, like Freddie B said, daggone, he's about to run. He's about to run with every aspect of what happened in this trial, from him being locked up to the system itself, to how it changed his life. Now you got Puff, who used to sit back here, do all these freak offs, this, that, and the third. Now guess what? Look, I didn't change my life. I didn't gave my life to God. Woo, 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 woo. Now he's moving and preaching on that. Man, stop. Man, what? Okay.
Yeah, even to be bigger than Thug.
Exactly.
He can make his money back off just doing interviews. As soon as they let him
Right.
go.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And
And you think Oprah Winfrey ain't trying to get that interview? Come on,
what?
bro.
And you got to
Oprah
think,
coming out.
because
Do she even still do interviews? Man, that motherfucker.
yeah,
Everybody
because she
finna
got
want
her
to talk
own.
to him.
She do Pacific things.
Yeah, she got her own little network and everything.
Yeah, like she would do that interview. She definitely would.
Think ABC, Fox, and all them. They all want to talk to this nigga.
Good
ET,
Morning America.
all of them on
They're
that.
going all of them. All of them.
All of them on that interview. And they gonna pay top dollar for it. Just to have a conversation. And
Mm-hmm.
whoever get the first interview gonna make the most money.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So think about it, when he started talking, you don't know what he went through and he had to explain. Because they ain't been leaking information. Certain information on like what his side of the story is. That's what everybody want to know, what his side of the story is. But they ain't bringing up that, but you know what I'm saying? I know you got the KVD thing going on, you got the other stuff going on, but it's just a lot to be talking about though. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Let me see. Go ahead. Let me see what your butt.
But the focus is gonna be this.
Uh-oh. Oh boy. Oh no. Doesn't see a reason to deviate from advisory guideline range, which is 70 to 87 months.
Who baby?
So far, it's
Oh,
been
oh,
ruled
that's
that the
Baby
judge,
Bell. That's Baby Bell.
factors the
He's
judge
big
will
man.
consider. Judge said he can consider acquitted conduct under relevant conduct. The statutory allows
Jamoy, I'll be right back.
U.S. code allows
I
him
got to
to
jump
do
in traffic real
that.
quick.
He's accepted the guideline range of 70 to 87 months.
Hey.
Look, and I called it 87 months is 7.25 years.
AUSA Slavic. There's also a case by Judge Kimba Wood. Mann Act cases with fear, violence, and threats routinely get significant sentences. Going on to say this is not a simple transportation case, but it has major it's aggravated. Also, to Cassie, he's doing some grammar errors, so I have to go through this. He hit her and stomped her. So prosecution comes back and cites another case, a Mann Act case in front of Judge Kimba Wood, and also saying this is not just simple transportation. There's aggravating factors here. In one in particular, Cassie, he hit her and stomped on her. Now they're talking about the hotel video. The hotel video. You all know about that video. My goodness, that video was crazy. The hotel video. AUSA Slavic says the video from the LA hotel was played many times at trial and it never got easier. As to Jane.
What are you talking about? You do what now?
He punched her, he slapped her. A little over a year ago when he knew he was under federal investigation. And even at trial, they owned the violence. Going on to say, admitting to violence in front of a jury as part of a trial strategy is not accountability. That's what the prosecutor just said. Because, you know, they said at trial, you know, the defense, he owns up to this. He owns up to the violence. It's domestic violence. He owns up to it. Prosecutor just said to the judge, admitting to violence in front of a jury as part of a trial strategy is not accountability. Freak-offs were extended performances of sexual, degrading, and humiliation. Prosecutor goes on to say, Cassie and Jane did not want to have sex with strangers. He made them do it. All right, it's about to get a little graphic here. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. We heard this during the course of the trial. It's pretty sick. We'll put it up on the screen. He had an escort in Cassie's mouth until she choked. Her victim impact statement makes clear she still has nightmares and flashbacks and scars on her body. Jane's texts make clear her anguish and trauma.
And there they go, sitting back here, bringing up, and this is why they said pretty much things that not
group spending millions to elect Matt Van Epps are attacking Jody Barrett for voting against
nothing to do with the transportation of prostitutes.
Hold on.
Mia.
You say what now? Go ahead. You can't hear you.
I said this is now them going back because this ain't got nothing to do with the transportation of prostitutes, which is what he was charged with. Okay. So now with them sitting back here, going to these videos, talking about X, Y, and Z was done, this is what the judge meant when they said, oh yeah, we're going to consider things that he was acquitted of. That's bullshit. That right there is bullshit. That ain't got nothing to do with the transportation of prostitutes. You're now going back into that man's sex room. You're going back into that motherfucker's his bedroom. You're running back into his sex life to try and justify whatever sentencing they're trying to give him. This is what the prosecution is doing to try and get him that time.
Man, you about right. Hold on. Let me let him finish. You right.
Said she got PTSD and anxiety. Deontay Nash, who is now suing Diddy, said he was caused lasting damage. Capricorn Clark. Remember Capricorn Clark kidnapped? Had to go to Kid Cudi's house at gunpoint. Also held in a warehouse in New York and threats to thrown into the Hudson River if she didn't pass a polygraph test. Capricorn Clark says he blacklisted her once she spoke up. Chef Jordan, who didn't testify in this trial, I don't know why Chef Jordan didn't, wrote how she was impacted. Well, I thought Chef Jordan was going to testify. It was real and serious. So, Jane, Cassie, Mia, Capricorn Clark, Deontay Nash, Chef Jordan. Multiple victims here. It's not just the one like Cassie and Diddy. We got multiple. They just listed 5 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 victims right there. 6 victims. Because there's some people not really paying attention to this case. Some people think it's just, it's Cassie and Diddy. No, there was a wide range of victims. And then the judge even acknowledged that even the escorts are victims themselves too in this. So many other people. Damage done. So many others. Don't forget the victim that was hung from a balcony. Bana. So many victims out here. Don't forget some of his workers, in a sense, that were forced to do things when they signed up for a job they didn't really want and got out of there. You can arguably say some of them are victims. Some people say complicit. There's a wide range of victims with this situation, folks. It's not just Cassie. Diddy and Cass, as they said at their opening statements, it's just a matter of domestic violence between 2 parties. No, it's expanded out. Slavic responds again. He downplays the abuse, calling it rare. But it was not rare. Cassie's testimony was that he was violent with her at any time. It was not mutual. You saw no photos of the defendant with injuries. Hey, that's a great point. Where's Diddy's injuries? Where's Diddy's black eye? Where's Diddy's fat lip? Where's Diddy's broken bones? Where's Diddy's surgeries from mutual violence? None. You don't see that. Great point. That's a great point right there. You didn't see any. The defense show any Diddy injuries, Diddy having to go to the hospital from this so-called mutual violence, right? The only thing we heard about is at Jane's apartment towards the end, where she hit him on a table, right? Whole circumstances regarding that, but crazy. No photos of the defendant with any injuries. Prosecution, this is not just a simple transportation case.
And
Uncontested violence, folks.
But that's not underneath the Mann Act. Everything that they're bringing up, none of that is under the Mann Act, what he was charged with, what he was convicted with. That's the crazy shit about it. That's the crazy shit about it.
All right, waiting for more information.
Everything that they bringing up ain't got nothing to do with the Mann Act. The transporting of prostitutions. The transportation.
I mean, this was,
of prostitutes,
as the prosecutor said, over a decade. Just victim after victim after victim after victim. Continuous behavior all the way up to the time he got arrested. He was preparing to do a freak off at the hotel. He blames doctors for prescriptions. He pretends he's the victim. He hasn't accepted responsibility for his criminal conduct. Oh, she goes on to say, the prosecutor, the information provided to his expert was incomplete. He will pose a danger at any age. Did you hear that, folks? The prosecution just said Diddy will pose a danger at any age. He choked Jane at 54 years old. Getting interesting, folks. It's getting real interesting real quickly here. So him and Jane are around the same age because he's 55. It was last year. But says he will pose a danger at any age, whether he's 80, 90, he poses a danger the rest of his life. That's what the prosecutor said. There's no rehabilitation at all with Diddy. AUSA goes on.
Yeah, it's not a crime to be a freak. I can't admit that.
It says
it's definitely not a crime to be a freak, right? Like I keep saying that. I think that's good. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely not a crime to be a freak, but they charging him for being. Ain't nothing wrong with that man want to eat some chocolate, man, and watch and just make love to a woman, and then watch his woman feel her fantasy. So the Diddy situation is so crazy. Ain't nothing wrong with some chocolate milk. You know what I'm saying? But that be so crazy, y'all. But what you say, thinking, is he going to church? They say Diddy going to church. But in the scripture, it say that. Let that woman love that man. She love him. Let them love each other. But then you go to jail though. See, this might go over y'all head, the metaphor I'm using. But ain't nothing wrong with that. But y'all got these, even if he's a little weird, that's the part I don't get now. He's a weird. He like freak outs. He like men and women, and but y'all legalize it in America. You see what I'm saying? Thinking that's what I be thinking about. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, make it make sense. Okay, it comes out because I don't know that side of Diddy. That's them Hollywood executives. He went too far. They made him a billionaire, so you did some freaky shit to do it. You sucked some dick. You got fucked in the ass. You was fucking them in the ass. And you used some paper. That's what it is. But them hoes on fucking OnlyFans selling pussy. But you gonna lock him up for basically buying pussy. And making a woman and fulfilling his woman fantasies. I don't know, man, but in people's bedroom, man, things go on, man. But Hugh Hefner never went to jail for it. Hugh Hefner was 80 years old and had women 18, 19 years old. Never went to jail. It's okay when they do it, but when black men who got money and y'all get that money from them people, man, they gonna bring you down. Huh? Cassie was in love with the freak out. She got her money. What is the problem? They was freaking out. She wanted him. They wanted each other. Let them be together. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, and when I say that right here, this Jim White talking to y'all, right? Because now, I like to let everybody talk, and then I give my perspective and my opinion, or my observation of the situation. If them two like each other, get it on, get it out the way. That's their personal business. They want to make love. It's crazy how, and it ain't gonna take me long. Ain't gonna be long with this. It's crazy when a man and a woman get together and they making love and they want each other, it's a problem. You can go to jail for wanting that woman and that woman wanting that man. But even it get twisted, y'all want everybody to be P-Valley in America. America, North America, South America, Central America. Well, I'm gonna just say North America is fucking Sodom and Gomorrah. So how y'all gonna charge them with some shit y'all legalize? How you gonna legalize? It's like saying don't drink and drive, but you gotta drive to the store and fucking get the liquor, and then you start drinking. What kind of law is that? You can't say don't drink and drive, but okay, because of car wrecks. Cool. That's for y'all that think and say, oh, well, because car wrecks happen. But why in the fuck would you, okay, well, walk to the stop selling the liquor then. Cut off OnlyFans in this scenario. Let me be more simple for you. Y'all that can't think and don't know nothing. And your mind don't work like that. How in the hell you gonna get mad? They selling pussy 24/7 on Instagram. Fucking OnlyFans need to be shut down because they're the biggest motherfucking pimps and motherfucking prostitution rings on the planet right now. They selling pussy on X right now. They selling pussy everywhere. These women walk around selling pussy, got their clothes off. They want to fuck something. But then you want to lock a motherfucker up when he black, but you ain't lock up you helping it though. It's okay when you helping to do it, but when Diddy do it, it's a motherfucking problem. You're going to tax him. You're going to come up with all these goddamn excuses, and you ain't bringing up the real gangster shit. I'd respect it more if they brought up the gangster shit, but they ain't bring the gangster shit. Y'all brought up the baby oil. So now, man, I never bought no goddamn baby oil. I look at baby oil as weird now. But that's his sexy freak life. He freaked out. How the hell you finna get a RICO charge for a goddamn being a freak? He freaky. Let him get freaky. These women more freaky than men. So y'all locking him up, because he freaky. They want to get freaky. They want to fuck. They want to make love. Let them make love. And from looks of it, he paying somebody else, and he just watching his woman sleep with another man and punish her. Hold up, yeah, he freaking in the motherfucker thinker. Bristol, Gabriel, Yanni. He paying some other dude to fly in to knock his woman down. So she getting the best of both worlds. He ain't touching them. He watching them. You going to jail for watching them? He freaked out. That's what I call it, freak on. Think about it. Let them get their freak on. But they say it's weird. But if he like boys, so what? That's his business, right? The man didn't want the women. All this came out, right? See, these are the points I'm going to touch on. Think and everybody else. The man wanted boys and girls, and he wanted to watch his girl get knocked down by another dude. He wanted to see what he was doing, and he watching both of them. He freaked out. Freaked out. Super freak, like Rick James said. Super freak. How the hell you go to...
Hold on, Jimmy White. You can't say that he liked men, because it never came out that he did anything sexual with them men.
Man, we know. Okay, cool. That part. See, the evidence did show that. So, based upon that, right, that's a fact. I did with the facts, not opinions. That's a fact. So he was just a freak. He liked this woman get knocked down by another man. So that's a man and a woman. It's a problem. But even if he did like men, they say he go both ways. So what? That's their business, right? They legalized it. It's illegal. North America, the government, the United States government of America shut down allegedly. That's what they saying. But y'all legalized it. And used Obama to do it. But they freaked out. But y'all legalized it. So it's legal for him to be freaky. That's my point. That's like having a license to drive. Y'all gave people a license to fucking be freaky. So he freaky. So you gonna lock him up because he freaky? Now come on, man. These are the charges I'm waiting for. The real KVD and Tupac scandals and all this other shit that's going on. $1 million check he sent zip. None of this came out, so y'all not using that against me. Y'all use it because he freaky. He throwing that dick. Come on, man. Come on, man. Now you want a black man in America to be scared to make love to a woman, and a woman, a black woman, to be scared to make love to a man because you're going to go to jail. That shit crazy. But it's okay for all that other shit to go on. This is what's happening in America now. I'm with Styles P and Math Hoff and everybody else that said it, man. I was watching that shit, man. They just real, man. At this point, man, we don't embrace it. I didn't know. I've never watched The Wire, T-Banks. They said there was a nigga named Omar that was on The Wire that was kissing another man. But we never paid attention to that. We don't. We come from here. We don't pay attention to that.
Hey, yo, look, and that's a fact. The Wire, The Wire, that was vicious. That was a vicious show.
I never watched The Wire, and they said it was fire, but I know it was a classic thing. But They said they had an old one. That's when they slipped it in our face, and then now they just put it everywhere. But put it everywhere. It's your agenda. How you gonna say the rainbow community exists? You respect it, but then Diddy's a part of the rainbow community, and then you saying he guilty of being the rainbow community. Make it make sense. That's a contradiction within its own self. Simon Lamar. How you gonna legalize same-sex marriages and then get mad with the man because it's about power, it's about scripting a black man, don't matter. So all you black men out here that's part of this old rainbow coalition on some Jesse Jackson shit, they don't give a fuck about y'all because they showing and they demonstrating they gonna fuck over y'all like they're doing Diddy. Diddy's supposed to hit everybody with a hate crime because that's what y'all supposed to do, right? They put laws in place for y'all, but y'all not even using your own laws. See what I'm saying? But it's wrong, and you wrong when you dropping dick off on a woman or you making love to a woman. She want to make love to you. She want to have your babies. But that's illegal now. But that's God didn't say do that. And every judge knows that in God we trust. What God do you trust if God told that man to be with that woman and that woman to be with that man?
And then you ready?
It's
And
illegal.
then
It's illegal for
you
that
ready?
because y'all trying to legalize Simon Lamar. But
You
y'all
ready?
legalize.
And then one of the biggest industries is the porn industry. The biggest industry is the porn industry. So this man, instead of sitting back here looking at videos, he brought porn to real life, and now you trying to hang him for it. Shit's crazy.
That part. Everybody know porn is the biggest industry, and get what they doing in there. All kind of threesomes, trains, all kind of shit. Women with women, men with men. But it's legalized though. OnlyFans, the same thing. They selling pussy. They Twitter after dark, X after dark. Is most man. They watching it. Free died. It's legal though on these platforms, but Diddy on trial for it. One man for what they doing across the board. That's why I always bring up Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner was the biggest pill to ever do it. 80, 90 years old with 18-year-olds making love to him. They making love to him. He making them rich and putting him in his magazine and calling him what? The bunny of the month. Playboy Bunny. The bunny of the month. Welcome to the Bunnyville. You see what I'm saying? So he never went to jail for it. Diddy is though. Diddy ain't no different. Diddy and Hugh Hefner is on the same level. Diddy going to jail for it. Hugh Hefner never will. It's okay when they do it, but when black men do it, it's a problem. You can't create the Playboy Mansion. Basically, Diddy had the white party was the Playboy Mansion. He being crucified for it now. If that's what y'all charging for and y'all holding guilty of, but think about it doing Milan. Did T-Bam let you rock out? Man, they say they love Jesus, everything in the name of Jesus Christ, but y'all the same motherfucker that crucified Jesus Christ and y'all ain't slave for Jesus yet. But that's not in God right now. The name Jesus. But y'all slaved him. His own people slaved him. They want to believe in you. So if they did it to Jesus, they're going to do it to you. That's a metaphor. That's Juma. That's a bar in rap. Right? Facts, right? That's not a lie.
Juma Mubarak, my boy.
They did it to Jesus. Jesus had all the women. Jesus was homeless. He ain't had nobody. Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, Elizabeth, all the women of the Bible in the New Testament. But then they crucified him too. Remember? Allegedly.
That's a fact.
Judas sold him out for coins. Peter denied him. That's what happened to Diddy. If they did it to him, they did it to you. They're going to do it to us. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, they did it to them. Our culture has been infiltrated, period. The black culture in America has been infiltrated, has been discombobulated by this narrative or this corrupt conspiracy agenda that they always had in place to what? It's called the Willie Lynch syndrome, still effective today. That's what we witnessed in 2025. This is the Willie Lynch syndrome.
Talk that shit. Talk that shit. Talk that shit.
Yeah, but it's okay for Sodom and Gomorrah to exist, but God said it wasn't cool for Sodom and Gomorrah to exist. But Solomon can have 1,000 wives. I was having a conversation about this last night, y'all, right? Because Diddy, aka Puff Daddy, sentencing day. They sentenced this man for trying to live Solomon life. He got 1,000 women. He freaking off. He doing everything. But you love King Solomon. You love King David. You love Jesus Christ. Jesus had many women. They won't tell you, talking about his Virgin Mary. The man had a whole family called the Essenes. Boy, Jesus and Jesus justice. These are facts. These are the scriptures, but they believe in Jesus. They believe in God. They believe in their Bible. They Bible thumpers. But think about it. Think about it now. Think about it. What happened? What happened? But see, in God we trust. So the judge, you dead wrong on the maritime law. See, most of y'all don't the thinker. I'm thinking. They make me think. Things like this make me think. Facts over thinking. When you think about the facts and you got the facts.
Yo,
So
can you hear me?
jurisdiction, yeah, we can hear you. Hold on, don't cut me
I'm
off.
saying, no, I'm just saying, is the mic good? Man, I don't want to hear nothing about that. You always
You're
want
gonna throw me
nothing, nigga.
off.
This ain't Bible
You're gonna
study.
throw
This
me
ain't
off.
Bible
Let me
study.
land my point in 30 seconds. And I got you. So I'm gonna pass the mic to you. So my point is this: I had to talk to you people before you got back. We already got it right there. Gotta be make a run. I'll be back in 50 minutes. We did. Everybody know this. So, but my point is this: you got Diddy versus Hugh Hefner. Basically, how is it okay when Hugh Hefner do it, but when Diddy do it, it's a problem. But America, North America government talking about they shut down, but y'all legalize same-sex marriage. How you gonna crucify somebody for the same fucking law that you legalize? Diddy ain't did shit but do what the legalized law say. He can hit everybody right now technically with hate crime. You ain't charging them for the Tupac, the Biggie shit. None of that. You only here talking about some baby oil. What the fuck? Now nigga don't even want to look at no baby oil. Every time somebody got a baby and want to put baby oil on their baby because baby oil is for a baby. Now you got to think of Diddy and how freaky he was using this because that's the mass manipulation and propaganda that they promoting to the masses' mindset. This is why social audio now, the mindset of the individual or humans on the planet is being controlled and mass manipulated, controlled, dictated to say it's wrong for a man to want a woman and a woman to want a man, but it's okay for the other shit, but they don't even give a fuck about the other side, the P-Valley shit. So all you P Valley niggas, y'all know how I feel about it. They don't give a fuck about y'all neither, because P Diddy P Valley. But guess what? They crucify him too. So they're gonna crucify you because you're black. That's what it boils down to. This is why the black coach is always discombobulated, misconfused, miseducated on Lauryn Hill. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to Juma, T-Banks. You know, like the Imam say, that's what's happening. But if that black woman, you love him, go get that. Take that. Diddy, no Diddy. Take that. That's you. You want him. He wants you. Yeah, it's a man and a woman
What
getting
is
together.
you talking about, man?
A man could be with a woman, but guess what? Hugh Hefner could be 80 years old with an 18-year-old. Hugh Hefner could be a white man who pimping, got a house full of number women called the Playboy Mansion, and be with 18-year-old for 30, 40 years. But when a black man named Diddy do it, they're going to charge him with prostitution. But Hugh Hefner never been charged with prostitution. That's what's going on. That's it. All the other shit is just opinions and speculation and what they doing and what they talking about. But the government and the judge who got to sentence him, think about it. See, this is the point, man. People ain't gonna talk about it. The judge said in maritime law they got to be what's name. It's crazy how when a man want a woman and that woman want that man, you know what I'm saying? It's a problem. But same-sex marriage is a problem too.
Oh Lord, he go with the church. Oh my God, bro.
What? I ain't thinking about the church. This ain't Sunday service. I'm just saying this Friday.
Man, what did I miss, man? Drake voice.
Man, what did you miss?
I miss?
You missed
Can
a
y'all hear
lot.
me?
You
Yo,
ain't missed nothing.
is this mic good? Because I switched
Diddy
mics.
on trial for being a freak and doing things that they legalized in America. That's what the hell's going on. But one mic on y'all. Go ahead. Go on. I got this bathroom. 3 piece.
See, man, what the hell is Jim White talking about, bro? Because you know Jim White always wants to go left field and go into the Illuminati and all this old other shit. Ain't got nothing to do with niggas. They giving this nigga 130 months. Oh, they on break.
At the end of the day, it's pretty much the fact that they sitting here and they trying to crucify this man for what they allowed to happen in the United States. You see what I'm saying? He like to sit back in the corner and have a man fly in from another state to go ahead and put it down on his shorty and all this. But yet y'all sitting back here, y'all legalizing same-sex marriages, y'all doing this, y'all doing that. You got the porn industry to where you can go and you can select that exact thing to see, you know what I mean, a threesome with 2 men and 1 woman, and 1 man. Like this is what's out here. But yet at the shit, like that's pretty much that's the quick, you know what I mean, recap. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean, like we said, it's a corrupt system.
No, I'm saying, did anything
Like
else
they
come out of
sitting
the
back here.
courtroom? Chris said they was on break. I'm saying, did anything else come out of the courtroom? Because I wouldn't.
Nah, they just sitting back here
Oh,
in
they
regards
talking.
to that. They were just sitting back here. The prosecution was just bringing up the fact that, oh, you know what I mean, he was beating on Jane and Mia and Cassie and everything like that. But again, that ain't got nothing to do with the Mann Act charges. So pretty much the prosecution is trying to sit back and utilize all that to say, no, he needs to be in jail for X amount of time. And it's like, this bullshit. That's bullshit at the end of the day. So, and then I guess they back now. So we're going to be getting the updates on what's going on. But this shit's crazy. This shit's just, it's pure insanity. It's pure insanity. Mm-hmm. I mean, you big man.
So Jimmy White basically stopped playing the info coming out of the church.
Mm-hmm.
He just want to rhyme about P Valley all goddamn day. What is this?
Oh yeah, yeah, and that was one of the last things that they was talking about how he's pretty much he's a threat or a danger at any age, and he choked somebody out at the age of 54 or whatever the case may be, and then the fact that you know, what I mean, you got all this documentation of these women having all these bruises and getting beat down, black eyes, but where was Diddy's, you know, what I mean, bruises and broken bones and everything like that? Like they just pretty much that's what they trying to get at, trying to push across to the government. Like that's what they trying to push across. The fact that, oh, okay, if we let this man out, he's still gonna be violent. People still gonna have to worry about their safety, this, that, and the third. But look, give me a second. I got to get Baby Milk situated real quick because we got to head out to Juma in about an hour. My baby.
Jimmy White, you there, Jimmy White? Just you could play the joint. Because the shit I'm seeing, what they saying, this is crazy, man. These people on Twitter, bro. Jim White, you there? What is he doing? Yeah. Jim White, play the goddamn oh, have mercy. Jimmy. Jim White is slow, man. He might well play goddamn what they trying to say, because as I'm sitting, man, look what these folks saying on fucking this is crazy. Like it's crazy how many people want to see this man go to jail for. Like, because I even asked y'all this, right? Just even the trial's over, whatever. They found him not guilty of a bunch of shit, and only found him guilty of to engage in prostitution. Do y'all really think the man should go to fucking prison for a decade? Because I think that's what they're asking for, right? Like 10 or 11 years.
Yeah, they asking for 11, and absolutely not.
You
Like
said the what?
I said, that they asking for 11, but nah, he shouldn't go to jail for no damn 11 years. Man, stop. Like this shit's
Like
crazy.
this shit's, man, come on, man.
Like you said, it
Or
ain't
be sentenced to the 11 years. That shit crazy.
exactly.
Like even if they do some shit, give him 10 years, but suspend all of them and give him 1 year, whatever. Like this shit's crazy, bro.
Yeah, but that's honestly, if anything, I see that that'll be what they'll do, and they'll put him on some type of crazy length of probation. Pretty much, if he mess up any time within that time span, then whatever time they got over his head, he'll have to serve it. But that right there, man, they think
What's
they
that?
know this man that, then they gonna go after the OnlyFans people. Hey, they might as well. They
No, but
might as
even
well.
but think of what you bringing that up, right? She gonna say if they sentence Diddy on his man act, then they need to go after the OnlyFans and the rappers. You know how many rappers fly these bitches out and athletes be flying these bitches across country? That's basically prostitution. You know how many girls they flying off Instagram? These fake ass Instagram models be flying to Dubai. What do y'all think the trips to Dubai is about? They ain't going there. Them pictures and all that shit they show. They selling pussy. So my thing would be this, right? If they really seriously want to sentence him or use him as an example, right? Make an example out of him based off this, then you finna like then the whole entertainment, all of that shit is basically under the microscope at this point. So it's a lot of more people need to be locked up for whatever the fuck they trying to do to him. Shit is crazy. Like that's just crazy, bro. Like come on. That's why I
And
troll T-Banks with that. But that's think about the regular niggas, right? A chick, you know, basically give a nigga some money to do X, Y, Z. Then you go sleep with her, and she started giving you money. Does that consider the man act too? It's just crazy.
and that's the whole thing about it. You know what I mean? That's the whole shit about it. Like the way they trying to pretty much manipulate and transform these laws to the point where, okay, I'm sitting here, I didn't moved out the house, and I say, okay, well let me fly my wife out here. You see what I'm saying? Come on, baby, I ain't seen you in 2-3 months, and I want to have a good time with you. Does that now make my wife a prostitute? Because I flew her to where I am, and we sat back for a week straight doing nothing but getting it in. So now I'm subject to the Man Act? Is that what you're telling me? Because at the end of the day, I'm still flying a woman out. She my wife, so I pay all the bills and everything like that. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna throw her some bread so she can go out, buy her something nice, get whatever she want. If she wanna get some bottles, if she wanna get some weed, whatever she wanna get, go ahead, baby. So now that's me soliciting a prostitute? Is that what you gonna tell me? Because that's what this shit sounds like. Because mind you, they was in relationships. The entire time they was in relationships.
Hey, so we didn't report on that. So the dude, the Punisher, he at the fucking courtroom, and he told them, "Yo, can you hear me?"
Yeah.
So he said that he think that them Puff should receive time served. The Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Because of the simple fact they know that in no way, shape, or form, with them being the sex workers, were they victims. Like he didn't see no physical altercation go down. They're going, oh, he heard sounds. Okay. That's not submissible in court because you heard sounds. The fuck? So you didn't see nothing. You may have heard something, but you don't know exactly what you heard. And they come back out in 15, 20 minutes and y'all go at it again. The hell? This shit's crazy. This shit's crazy. But leave it up to the United States government. They're gonna find a way to squeeze some shit out. They're gonna find a way to squeeze some shit out and turn it into this whole big ordeal. And then, like you said, so therefore, the entire entertainment industry, the entire sports industry, what all them they need to do 10 to 11 years for all the pussy they be buying.
No, and then she just put in the chat. No, that's not what that means. Like the first dude to ever catch the Manic, right? I forget his name. I think it can quote me if I'm wrong. But the first person to catch the Manic, he was crossing state lines with his white wife. He was married to her. That's where it came from. That's where this whole Manic came from. A dude crossing state lines with his wife. So it does come down to that. So he's not using T-Banks, you can hear me, right? So T-Banks using a great example. You could be married to somebody, but just because you crossing state lines with her and then you engage into prostitution, that is the Man Act.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, me and my wife can't go over here. What's the so we can't even go to me and my wife can't even go to a swingers party together.
Nope.
Get the fuck out of here.
Nope.
We can't go to the strip club and buy some pussy. Get
Nope,
the
not
fuck
at all.
out of here.
But
That
but
means you engaged
but
into the Man Act and sex trafficking. Get the
but
fuck out.
but what you can do is you can sit here, you can go and you can marry another man, and then you and that other man can sit back
Exactly.
here and go to a party and do whatever y'all want to, and that's perfectly fine and legal. What? What? Make that make sense. But that's what this shit is. That's what this entire shit is. That's what this entire shit is. And it's like, yo, and y'all trying to put this man away for a decade? That shit's crazy.
It is like, and I think that's weird, right? But it's so fucked up because that's the state of America that we in, right? So this motherfucking P Valley agenda can be pushed 1,000%. Like you seen the new Netflix show? Like when I seen Elon post this shit, nigga, Netflix is promoting a kid show to tell the kids to want to be trans.
Oh my God.
To
Are you
kids,
kidding
my
me?
nigga. To
Man,
kids.
get the fuck out of here.
It's on
Wow.
Netflix, bro. It's on
Wow.
Netflix. I'm like, but that's okay. That's okay.
That shit's crazy. That shit's crazy.
Like none of y'all seen this?
Nah,
Like this big
I have.
campaign in the last, yeah. So I think I saw it like maybe 2 days ago. Like Netflix is pushing a fucking kid show that's telling kids to be trans.
Mm, 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 mm. That shit's crazy.
So now you got to be scared of the school systems. You got to be scared of the television, which is all over the television in America. Because you do know, T-Banks, these other countries is not promoting that.
Oh hell no.
They're
Hell,
not promoting that goofball shit.
hell no. Nigga, go over to Saudi Arabia and Dubai and other what? Nigga, yeah, right. Yeah, right. You know that it was somebody they tried to go to Dubai and I don't know if they was trans or they was just a cross dresser. They stopped them in the airport. Said, no, you cannot come into our country because that's not something that they promote. They're not going to put that on Front Street for people to sit back here and say, yes, go engage in this. But you come over here to America, it's everywhere. Like you said, the TV, the daggone, the video games. Bro, they even got this shit in video games now. And it's like, nah, bro. Nah.
Wait, what's in the video games?
Bro, the P Valley shit, nigga.
In video game, what you mean?
In video game, nigga, I can't remember what game it was, yo, but I remember seeing this shit. They was like, yo, it was a whole motherfucking cutscene to where you had two dudes sitting back kissing all on each other. Like, what? And this is in the video games? Yeah, you got to be careful of everything. This shit is everywhere. The school system, the TV, the video games. Just when you walking around in public, and then just imagine that you walking around in public, you got a 6 7 year old walking beside you, and they ask you a question. Why is he kissing on him? What? Why both of those ladies holding hands and on each other like that? These are the questions we got to now sit back here and figure out a way to explain to our babies as they're coming up in this crazy ass world. This shit is nuts. But yet you want to sit back here and you want to put a man, you want to hang a man for doing what he has the right to do as a man in America. The fuck? Mind you, he didn't get convicted of no type of domestic violence towards anybody. He wasn't convicted of none of that shit. But these are the points that they're trying to push through to say, no, this man needs to be in jail for over a decade. Man, stop. No, all world, that's you. You vote that Democrat shit. God damn it. Look, I'm gonna leave that be. I'm gonna leave that be. Absolutely, Krista. Absolutely. You got to teach him. You have to teach him because it's gonna be one day to where all the parents gonna come up to the school and you gonna have that one kid. This my mommy and my mommy, or this my daddy and my daddy. Wait, what? What? Now your child sitting here coming back to the house talking about how is it? How come my friend has two daddies? How come my friend has two mommies? What? Man, hell no, man. At this point, nigga, I'm about to homeschool my kids. Fuck the bullshit. I'm about to homeschool these kids. So that way I can control what they're exposed to. Mind you, they put laws in effect to where they can sit back here and they can just take your kids out of school. And you know nothing about it. And they taking them, giving them all types of shots and everything like that. What, man? But hey, this is America. This is motherfucking America. And that's a whole fact. If you don't teach them, the world gonna teach you. And that's the last thing you want teaching your child is the world. Shit. Shit. Not around here, not around these parts.
Wait, T-Bane said he gonna homeschool.
Mm-hmm.
What did I miss? Oh, you gonna homeschool the kids? Homeschooling is a good thing, man.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm saying. Versus you allowing them to go into a school system to where somebody parents come in and they got a mommy and a daddy and a daddy. What? Tell me I can't even read or write. You know what? If I can't do it, I can learn how to do it, damn it. We'll all be in here learning. We'll all be schooling. Shit. Damn it. Was that a big
Where the
question?
fuck is Jimmy White with the goddamn audio, bro? Jimmy White, you all right over there, bro? You okay, Jimmy White?
I've been showing parents and local governments about they've seen cars in our public schools and the new laws to combat it. Hey, look, and that right there, we need more folks pushing that.
What's that?
Nah, cause Thinker was like, she was like, those are big conferences that she's been doing. She just did 3 of them last week. Got one coming up next week. I've been showing parents and local government about the obscene content in our public schools and the new laws to combat it. Because this is what they doing. When you sitting here and you walk into a teacher classroom and they got a big ass rainbow flag up, what the hell that tell you?
He
What the
said,
hell that tell
"That's
you?
big rainbow."
No, you laughing. No, you really have some teachers that do that shit. They really do that shit. They have that shit plastered all over their damn classroom, like that's the curriculum. What?
Mm.
Sitting back here, I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I was in school and they're going in one of the sections that we was reading, the junk was saying them and they. Man, this one dude got to reading and he was like he or she. I said, wait, that's not what the fuck that say. But this is what they pushing. You have to be conscious of people's pronouns. What the fuck? You either a man or a woman. Hell is you talking about?
Yeah, all that pronoun shit threw my ass off too. I didn't know it. Boy, still kind of confused on what the hell that is.
No,
What is Snapchat talking about? They gonna start charging. What is Snapchat on? Snapchat says it will start charging $1.99 to $15.99 per month for memories after users exceed a newly introduced five. What? Boy, everybody trying to figure out ways, boy, the goddamn jug. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Punch said he want that man to go free, bro. Did Young Miami speak? Has she spoke yet?
Well, I shit, nigga.
Has
I
she
don't.
spoke? I mean, I know she wrote in a letter.
I couldn't tell you, nigga. We've been
Let me
we've
ask
been
her
on
shit.
mute
Hold on.
since you left. We've been on mute since you left, nigga. We ain't heard nothing coming out. Jimmy White, where you at, nigga? Shit. Well, I'm about to mute up because I got to get in the shower and get dressed. I got to make moves in a minute. So.
Yeah, can you hear me? Hopefully that boy ain't went to sleep, bro. D-Banks. Hopefully his ass ain't went to goddamn sleep.
Yeah. We can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't care if you need to know it or not. I'm gonna
Need
be
to.
MIA for a little
They
bit.
were talking about what?
Yeah.
What the hell you done said? We don't need to know all that.
No, I said I'm about to go take a shower because I gotta get my clothes on because I'm heading out in a little bit. If you can sit here and you can listen to this Diddy case, girl, that ain't nothing. What you talking about? Everybody got a shower. Shit.
I'm trying to find if. Let me see. No, I don't think. What is that good? What? I don't even know her at name. What's goddamn Young Miami Twitter name? Because she's she ain't mentioned nothing. Has she? Everybody sitting back waiting. Driscoll, that depending he's got 24 months this morning. He ain't that thing. He's 6 or what.
What y'all boy got going on? See, I let y'all talk.
Wow,
I ain't be sick.
you're a damn lie, nigga. You left. You went to the liquor store, nigga. I ain't stupid.
I ain't gonna look at stuff. I
Well,
ain't been nowhere.
you can't help but talk.
Nah, he
Huh?
dozed off. He dozed
No,
off for a solid 20
He had to
minutes.
go.
I
He had
was
to
in
go
the
mop them
kitchen.
floors.
I was in the
Hey,
kitchen.
make sure you mop them floors.
I was in the kitchen eating. What you talking about? Breakfast is served. What are you talking about?
Oh,
I can't have the title to go eat breakfast. So what up though? What I
oh,
miss?
why I been on
I need to
Roscoe's
recap.
chicken and waffle? Roscoe's chicken and waffle.
We've been waiting on the damn audio. Shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
No
okay.
we
ass
was waiting
dissing
on
and
him.
left no audio, nigga. We don't know what the hell going on
And
right now.
Joy, I set up, boy, and ended up seeing
And
the
he
dead
used it
boy.
to help others.
Wait, what? Oh, that's right. That goddamn color purple. That new color purple so trash, bro. That's a
Now you
goddamn
can
use.
watch the funniest movie of the
Joy,
year
that's
at
a
home.
commercial, bro.
serious? You better believe it. Only one comedy goes all the way.
Right, we don't want to watch no ads, man.
Me too. The Naked Gun. Rated PG-13. Now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Sharp ES gel. High performance, won't smear, won't bleed. An exceptional, smooth riding experience.
See, look, you see what Mara said in the chat? See, that's what's going on. That right there. See, that's what's going on right there. T-Man, you see that? Mara said, I seen this story where grandmother was furious because her grandson came home from the daycare with his nails painted pink. He
Oh
was 3 years
shit.
old. 3 years
Yeah.
old.
See?
Come on, man.
That's the agenda. That's what they pushing. That's what they trying to and you know what? I done said it before. This motherfucker, what's his name? Bill Gates. Motherfucking he didn't already put this shit forward. You know what I mean? I know it's going a little off topic, but that's the depopulation shit. If you get your next generation to decide that they want to be trans and they want to cut off their parts and they want to do this and they want to do that, guess what? You have no next generation.
But
You have no next.
you know that's their goal, right? That's what
Absolutely.
America has became, and it's the reason why they hate Trump so much, because Trump is about man and woman being fruitful and multiplying. But they trying to destroy it, but to force everybody to become, goddamn it, the Blaylocks, or aka P Valley. Like, it's crazy what they got going on, bro.
hmm but like people
Yeah,
seem to forget that.
Westmoreland's going to go the inspirational aspect here. That's where we're stuck on here. He touched so many lives that I can't cover in the next 10 minutes or the next minute. So I believe 4 attorneys are going to speak here, 3 or 4, multiple attorneys. So we're on the second. Don't forget, we get a video too. We won't know what the video is, but we'll kind of get an idea. Inner City Press will share the kind of video. It's probably some sort of inspirational video that Diddy made, or all the accomplishments, kind of similar to like a whole resume of Diddy, where he started from the bottom and worked his way to the top. They're going to show something.
Oh, word, you are P Valley. Here you talking about? You sitting here running your mouth. Boy, sit your ass back. And going back over there with your boyfriend. Before he punch you in your eye.
I see you getting him started now. You know he all in Khadijah goddamn back channel now.
He ain't in shit, nigga. I control that back channel. Here you talking about, nigga.
All right. Get him, get him.
Yeah, we're still on Westmoreland.
Wait, hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh,
Yeah,
Does
this should
anyone
say
still
something.
feel like time serve
you
is
seen
coming?
it, right? I'm
I
like, what
don't.
the
I
fuck
don't
is
get
this?
that indication at all.
Jim White over there. Jim White
So
over there doing
again,
too much. Jim White
what
doing too
Driscoll
fucking
did the
much.
first he compared other lenient cases. Was asking for a lenient case or a sentence based off other comparable Mann Act cases. And Driscoll's trying to say the average sentence of all 900 Mann Act cases is 6.7 months. But the judge has said in between, this case is different, it's not the same, and also violence in this case, violence. Okay, so yeah, Westmoreland is now going more. There were not many Black-owned labels. Mr. Combs sent a message to the world that you can do it. Clothing too. Westmoreland saying, Combs, it's not just urban streetwear that Diddy was involved with. It was upscale. It brought unity. It inspired change. So they're saying that Diddy is like a role model through his music and also his clothing. Saying that his clothing and him himself brought unity. You know, some people countered and said he stole all the copyright music and then the royalties.
The path to a college degree is more affordable than you think. With Sophia Learning, you could take real college-level courses that are designed to transfer, fully online for just $99 a month. Start your free trial, no credit card required. Sophia Learning, built for you.
Bro. Come on, Jim White.
Green Goblin. This will be a blast.
Oh, great. I just see Ogre. He said T-Bank in the corner watching him goddamn pipe condition.
This is what we predicted that one of his attorneys would do, or the attorneys in general would do, talking about everything that he accomplished up to this point and how he made a difference in the world and was looked upon by millions of fans and supporters and giving people jobs and Black entrepreneurship and things like that as a mitigating factor here. She goes on to say there were not many Black-owned labels.
Yeah, don't get me started on that shit. Think about it, they done locked up all of the fucking Black CEOs of the goddamn 90s in 2000. All of them locked up.
I'll acknowledge a lot of people when we kind of get to the end of this. Stick around. I see a lot of people commenting. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships.
That's it. What's
Thank
his name?
you. Appreciate that.
Jay Prince.
Paying attention to what's on the screen right now. Trying to get the latest update here of what's going on. Wild, folks. I wonder if the judge is going to listen in and then take a break and then announce the sentence. Remember, Diddy also has a chance to speak, and very well could speak too himself. And I think he will. I think he will speak. All right, we're waiting for more information. What's going on inside the courtroom?
But Freddie B, to speak
Wow,
on
and a
your
letter filed with the court on Thursday by a Miami nonprofit. The group said Combs already had speaking engagements set for October 14th, the 17th, the 23rd, the 25th, and the 29th.
to speak to your point about how they locking up all the 90 CEOs and everything like
somebody
that.
organized. That's crazy.
You got to
That's
understand the people that they influence, and they had the most influence over.
Westmoreland says, in spirit,
These are
our
the adults
community
now.
finally had a seat at the table, a voice, a real voice. Then there was revolt. What Westmoreland is saying, that Diddy brought on black entrepreneurship, finally had a seat on the table of the grand scheme of things of how business is done around the country. And Diddy finally was a voice, a real voice, and had a seat at the table. I saw a comment that said this is one of the weakest approaches they could do. Diddy's success, power, and fame is what the prosecution alleged allowed him to continue his crimes unchecked. Defense is throwing everything on the wall. I think both sides are throwing everything out there. Both sides, their jobs, both sides.
Exactly, Misha. What up, Misha? I ain't know Misha was in the building. What up, Misha?
I had to get something to drink here. Excuse me.
What up, Misha? Misha, I'm going to send you the link right now to the studio too, though, Misha. I got to send you the link, Misha. I'm going to send it to your phone. Talk to him, Freddie B. Hold up real quick.
Because I'm just saying. No, Misha's speaking on a good point, right? Because they're trying to bring up about the speaking engagement.
We're still on this revolt.
Set up next week. That's common sense. Because today is the day that, nigga, he's either staying
Someone
in jail
responded,
or he's
none of
getting
that
out
helped
today.
the black youth when Diddy started in the industry. There was no
Joe,
Crips or
get out
Bloods in New
today,
York City. He's
nigga,
a fraud.
at that point, nigga, he's out. He can go do speaking engagements. He didn't lose his house in Miami and they gonna start housing. He can go speak and do what the fuck he want to. Even if he on fucking, what is it,
So the
probation or
Sobs,
whatever the case.
it
Can't stop
appears
the
that
nigga from
Westmoreland
talking.
actually cried
He gotta make
herself
some money.
when she said this. That's wild, folks.
They really don't realize, man. They've made him now bigger than he's ever been. Bigger than he's ever been.
Yeah, Misha, so I sent you the link to your phone, though. Y'all can join in and tap in. Which y'all want to hear the rest of it? I mean, go ahead, T-Bank. What you got to say, T-Bank? I was sharing the room. Doing the same thing. Yeah, you should have it already, Misha. Is he talking still?
We are here outside the federal courthouse, 500 Pearl Street. Westmoreland's up. We're waiting
trying to get Khadijah
for
phone.
more to be revealed. What's going on inside the courtroom here? Sentencing for Diddy underway. Prosecution's asking for 135 plus months in federal prison. It has been revealed that the advisory guideline range in this case is 70 to 87 months, according to the United States Probation Office. Diddy's defense is trying to convince the judge to sentence him to 14 months time served. and now pointing out about his accomplishments as a Black entrepreneur, successful in clothing. He brought unity, inspired change. Driscoll's job was to talk about comparable cases under 3553 of other Johns, they call it Johns, that were 6.7 year or 6.7 months for 900 Mann Act convictions around the country. That's the average sentence. Defense argues Combs used his success to help others. Defense attorney Nicole Westmoreland took time in court to point out the positives of Combs that he introduced into the world, namely his inspiration has given to others and what he has done at MDC, which is the Metropolitan Detention Center. She also noted that how Combs had used his success to help others, speaking about how and when he started his own record label. There weren't many Black owners. He did it anyway and lifted others with him. Combs was pouring himself into the work, and it sent a message that you can do it. You do not have to be assigned to a label. You can be the label. That's what Westmoreland said. She said his work at his label changed both the music industry and individuals' lives, and that he would always encourage others, saying they can do it, teaching artists how to improve and lifting them up. So she's emphasizing that he's been an inspiration to others and lifting people up over the years. And that's where we're still at right now. He's just trying to help. He opened 3 charter schools in neighborhoods where the schools were not good. The motto was Black excellence. That's what she told the judge. The youth are our future. Mr. Combs has personally inspired me, Westmoreland said. I went to an event in D.C. All right, here we are. Westmoreland saying that she was personally inspired. Mr. Combs personally inspired me. Is that why she took the case? At this event in D.C., Westmoreland says Mr. Combs was there. And now Westmoreland is crying. She's sobbing again. He said, listen, everyone. I'm sorry. She's sobbing. He said, don't be afraid to dream. Just remember to wake up and put actions behind your dreams. And then he said, don't forget to help others. And Westmoreland, the attorney who's sobbing, by the way, said that changed my life. So she sobbed numerous times now. The attorney. That's pretty wild. I never heard that one in a long time, where the attorneys. Defense makes passionate plea for Combs' freedom. Defense attorney Nicole Westmoreland got emotional during her presentation on Friday, telling the judge that Combs occupies a key space in the community that would suffer without him. Our community finally had a seat at the table, a voice. And after Sean Combs figured out how to move within the industry, he moved on to helping others, Westmoreland said. He gave others an opportunity to have a voice on multiple networks, a way to show his community that they are important, and issues affecting the Black community, they are important. While sobbing. She goes on to say, Mr. Combs is just a man, and he's made some mistakes. He has flaws like we all do. But how many of us can say that we've helped so many lives? Countless lives. She goes on to say, he's been in jail and he's remorseful. I spend every day speaking with him. A lot of people are like, remorseful? Remorseful? He's remorseful. I think she's wrapping up. Remorseful to whom? I ask. Remorseful? Says remorseful.
What are they talking about, man?
Crazy.
I was posting.
That's the dude. He's talking about Puff. That's Westmoreland.
No, Diddy's on the phone every
Puff
day.
is remorseful.
Or in person with Westmoreland.
He defending Puff, whoever it is. I don't know, Jim, why your ass don't be paying attention. Hell, niggas be needing them 2-second clips.
What do you think?
Sound bites.
Somebody said in the comments, he has flaws like we all do. We all don't just force ourselves onto women, but okay. Some even speculated that Westmoreland might have some feelings for Diddy.
Man, now they saying, these folk, look at that. See how they trying to be
like
funny?
a little bit of personal here, which is choking up, saying he inspired me.
You got feelings for who?
What's going on?
A man got feeling for another man. Pop that. See? Now they making fun of it. Which one is it? Hey, come on, bro.
We're listening to attorney number 2 speaking. A series of attorneys plan to speak.
These people crazy, bro. They always doing shit.
Live outside the federal courthouse, 500 Pearl Street. call this Judgment Day.
Judgment Day is crazy. Who judging
Or Diddy. It is Judgment Day.
When
what's it going to be?
It's Judgment Day. Shit. That's it.
Yeah, but that's why I like listening
Now,
to the other side.
is this an indicator that Diddy's going to get on the stand
with Puff on this
and
channel.
speak when he has a chance to
They want
speak?
to
Because
see
he
him
has that
locked up.
option. The judge is going to ask him. I think he will. I do. I also think Diddy might possibly cry on the stand.
I understand. What are you gonna cry for? They'll let him go.
Got the video. 1 week.
What?
She didn't get out the video.
Oh, 1 week.
Defense highlights Combs' involvement in charter schools and a national voter campaign. That's interesting. Cited a national voter campaign. Also, vote or die campaign that Combs participated in. Changed the way voting campaigns happen to this day. So, Westmoreland saying vote or die changes the way voting campaigns happen this day. Woo. She goes on to say, now we're talking about behaviors in the MDC, Metropolitan Detention Center, where Diddy has been incarcerated now for 13 months. In the MDC, Mr. Combs started asking people about their dreams. That's how the free game for Diddy was born. She goes on to say, no one has done that in the MDC before. That's how free game for Diddy was born. So he started asking people about their dreams. Which is interesting because Inner City Press put in a side note here, a defendant that was in the Metropolitan Detention Center that taught Chinese to inmates at MDC, and that person ended up getting 15 years in prison for fentanyl. Which I think is interesting here. So, you know, Diddy's having this free game. We listen to the inmates talking about this free game. That's kind of a jab. That's a jab right there you see on the screen at the defense. Oh, well, look at this defendant here. Was in the MDC, taught Chinese to other inmates, and still got 15 years in prison for importing fentanyl.
What up, Misha?
What's up, guys? Bongo, Freddie, T-Banks, who else is in here today?
Hello, I'm going to mute them. Misha, what's your thought on everything, man? I'm going to let Misha talk. Let Misha rock out. Go ahead, Misha.
Yeah, so I'm getting up to speed on the most recent stuff the last few weeks, Jimmy. But, you know, just going all the way back to the start, they made it seem like this man was trafficking women, assaulting women, you know, essentially running, you know, a trafficking operation. Like what they were making sound was a major criminal level. They were trying to bring RICO charges. They were trying to paint this sort of mafia type scheme, this gangster scheme to try and make an example of him, lock him up. And, you know, as time went on, Jimmy, I was listening to you, listening to Freddie, and also just kind of listening to what Diddy and what the facts of the case and whatnot are. Yes, did this man probably break some laws with like prostitution and whatnot? Sure, but are you going to tell me someone that's rich and powerful and a man, whether it's in hip hop, whether it's in broader media, or whether it's across anything, including business, doesn't do some of this sort of stuff, I'm sorry, there's a lot of people that will. There are a lot of people that will party. And the fact of the matter is we listened to those people, some of those women, and some of those women had regrets, but a lot of those women were like excited, doing this repeatedly, asking to come over and freak off. And it's like, I'm seeing that. And when I'm seeing that stuff, like you got to do more to convince me that he needs to go down. If you're going to start from the start, from this perspective of this is an evil, awful man with a RICO human trafficking operation that we need to lock up. If you say that, and it turns out just to be like, okay, this man has prostitutes, like fancy prostitutes for his freak off parties. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But that's not the same thing, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, I'm with you when you're right. I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm listening. Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, so I'm following up and seeing what the sentencing is today. But I brought up in the chat, Jimmy, with the Freddie point. Like, I don't think there's anything weird or wrong, frankly, because I've seen some people trying to paint this as wrong to have stuff lined up, like speaking events, engagements. You know what? If he is innocent or like he gets a lenient sentence, whatever it is, that man has every right to go out there, defend himself, tell his side of the story, and to kind of rebuild his brand, rebuild his business, do whatever he wants. Especially if he's out, he has every right to do that. Now, if like he's ended up being like locked up or something in that time, his business assistant, his business manager will just cancel that shit. But he should be lining that stuff up. And you know what that tells me? My gut tells me when I hear that stuff, I see Diddy is mad and Diddy is motivated. And Diddy wants to come back out there, to just kind of show everyone like, hey, you tried to put me in the ground, put me 6 feet under. I'm back, bitches. And anyone that tried to, put me in the ground here, I'm going to remember that stuff. But also, I'm going to rebuild it either way, whether you're with me or without me. So, whether he is speaking right now in October, Jimmy, or like in a few months, whatever it is, I think that, Diddy's not going away. I think at the end of this, I think there's a way in which Diddy ends up stronger. Like, I really do. I think Diddy can come out of this looking stronger.
I think I might agree with you with that one because I know them interviews will be off the chain. His first few interviews, people want to know what he got going on. They're going to ask a million questions. So I totally agree with you with that one. But which one you right? So hold on, let me go. Y'all there? Freddie B, T-Bank? Let me see what they talking about now. I think he talking. Yeah.
So she's going to go on now, talk about these letters, I believe, the inmate letters, all these inmates saying their lives have been changed. We've read the letters when we were handling that other case about a week ago. That's crazy. He's determined, he's focused, and he's remorseful, Combs' defense attorney says. He's made an impact on people's lives. Mr. Combs is not larger than life. He's just a human being. He's just a man, and he's made some serious mistakes. He has flaws like we all do. But Judge, how many of us can say we've helped so many lives? She pointed out that Combs spent decades helping other people beyond just his close circle. It wouldn't be right to take that from him because he's made mistakes. That's what she said. It wouldn't be right for the court not to consider the years of his life that he has given, that he has inspired, and the countless individuals that he has helped. Westmoreland added that Combs has been sitting in a jail cell for 13 months, clear-headed and drug-free. He's determined, he's focused, and he's remorseful. I can look the court in the eye and tell you that he's remorseful because I spent almost every single day speaking to Mr. Combs. Your Honor, he gets it, plain and simple. She's going hard for him. All right, she's done. There's no benefit to warehousing Mr. Combs in prison. Thank you. She's calling it warehousing. There's no benefit to warehousing Mr. Combs in prison. Thank you. Next up, Mr. Steele. All right, 2 attorneys done speaking. Now, Mr. Steele. We had Driscoll talking about comparable cases where people got less sentences for the Mann Act. We got Westmoreland. That he made. Now we have Mr. Steele. Mr. Steele's going on the children route. Mr. Steele. We want his children to come up. Oh, the children are coming up. The children are stepping forward. We wanted his children to come up. Then we'll show the video. Please come forward. My name is Quincy Brown. Quincy's up. Quincy. Quincy is speaking to the judge. He's my father, Quincy says. Quincy. He will not jeopardize his freedom again. As his children, we wish to heal together. That's what Quincy said. That's it. That's all Quincy said. Quincy says, he's my father. He has transformed. He will not jeopardize his freedom again. As his children, we wish to heal together. Next child. Another child speaking. Justin. Justin Combs. Justin Combs goes on to say, I ask you give my father a second chance. My father is my superhero. My father always told me to believe in God. All right, that's where we're at. So two children speak in front of the judge. Quincy, now Justin. I think all of them are going to say something. All right, so they will be playing 11-minute video about Combs' role as a mentor, community leader, and a helper. And his giving contributions, charitable contributions. Justin goes on to say, I talk to my father every day, every other hour. That's it. Next up, Christian Combs. Christian Combs speaking. Says, I am the one who most resembled my pops, my mannerism. Christian Combs, who's being sued, by the way, right? Christian Combs. My whole life, I studied my dad up and down. He is the greatest man in the world, my superhero. They're all calling him superhero. Superhero.
What is he talking about now? Somebody explain it to me. I'm listening, but I'm
he's going through. He's
check your
reporting what's
phone.
coming. Yes, he's reporting what's coming out of the fucking courtroom because you got to remember, Justin them is speaking now. Quincy and all them speaking.
Superhero.
So people on his side is speaking up for him. Like all that bullshit they were saying at first. Now the kids, the family, everybody speaking up for him and saying that, man, he gonna do right. Just give him a second chance at life.
They're only speaking for like a couple sentences, each and every one of them. So far. Children are up. Then we got an 11-minute video. Combs is a changed man. All right, here's some more insight of what the children have said. Quincy Brown, Combs' eldest son, and his brother Justin Brown spoke in support of their father alongside their 4 other siblings. Quincy said his father is a changed man who has learned his lesson and that his kids love him unconditionally. Justin added that he hopes his dad will get a second chance at life to right this wrong, and to be the man he truly is. What wrong is this? He added that his father is now drug-free and has learned his purpose in life. Christian Combs goes on to say, he told me, Diddy, to treat women like the queen, and I do. I see in his eyes, as his twin, that he has changed. Whoa. My name is Jesse Combs, and I am 18 years old. Cries. Oh, one of the children are crying. When my mother died, I was just a little girl. I remember my dad sitting us down. So one of his daughters is up now. Some people speculate this is making his case worse. Some people say it might leave an impression on the judge. Some people say that he's using his kids as a crutch. Using his kids to try to manipulate the judge. That's what some people are saying. Others say it could work. Could persuade the judge. So now one of his daughters is speaking. Trying to get what else she is saying. What do you think so far, folks? Your take. Share in the chat for everyone to see. Appreciate all of you being here. Judgment Day. I think after the video, though, here we go. Jesse Combs says, after the mother died, when she was a little girl, I remember my dad sitting us down. It helped me survive when I just wanted my mom. Chance Combs, his daughter, she's crying. He's changed. She's apologizing for crying. He speaks with a clear mind. Next child. We watch our 2-year-old sister. She cannot grow up fatherless. All right, so 3 of his daughters spoke. And said that we watch our 2-year-old sister, the youngest has not made an appearance. The youngest child has not made an appearance. She cannot grow up fatherless. She goes on to say, Your Honor, please. She's crying. Let us move forward, not as a headline, but as a family. The judge says, thank you all. This is important for me to hear. All right, so the judge took it under consideration and thanked the children for sharing how they feel. And the judge thanked them. This is important for me to hear. Now, we will show the movie. So now they're showing the 11-minute movie clip to the court. 11 minutes. Movies being shown. So we're going to be here for about 11 minutes while this movie's being played. So in the meantime, I'm looking to see if any more context to what movie, more context to what they said. Christian Combs calls his dad the greatest in the world. The 27-year-old Combs said his dad has made it a life goal to spread positive energy and asking the judge to give us grace and please give him mercy. He is the greatest in the world. He is my hero. He has always been my hero and will always be my hero. He also taught me to treat women with respect.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Wait a minute. We're going to pause it real quick.
His dad's...
Hold on. You be quiet. Freddie B, you there? Misha, you there? What up, Misha?
Yeah, what's up? Hold on. I was just listening to this.
Network. Look, Freddie B, you know who I got next to me now? I got the other Freddie. 2 Freddies. I don't know if I'm dealing with Freddie Cougar or goddamn it, Freddie versus Jason. Hey, but right here, you got to talk to the mic right here. You get the chair. I'm going to let him speak. Give your opinion on what you think about the Freddie B. Ask some questions about the Diddy trial. You know, he knows, but I'm just showing him how to think though.
No, hold on. You gotta give me like 5 minutes. I'm doing something on the phone.
All right, cool. Okay, I do it. Listen, so they supposed to be like, that's T-Banks and everybody in here, but what's your perspective? You think they're gonna let Diddy go? They can hear it real good. Misha, y'all can hear me, mic check. Misha, y'all can hear me, T-Bank?
You're good, Jimmy.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's my TV producer right there. You know what I'm saying? Me and him, they won't work together right there. That's who they'll put this side together.
Well, I'm gonna tell you just based on the law.
What do you think about that?
Based on the law, period, they got to do something. The biggest thing I see showing is that they giving them time served plus papers, so they can show that they did give him some type of punishment. Like you can't go this far, spend that much taxpayer money, and he don't get nothing. It's about the money. We don't give a fuck about right or wrong. It's about the money. We don't spend $100,000 for a DA. Probably this Diddy trial, so it's $200,000-$300,000 because you got 2-3 DAs working together. You got a team of DAs. So they have to show they got something for that money, that taxpayer money they spent. So more than likely, he been locked up over a year. He gonna get time served or he'll probably have another year or two to do to parole out and get straight out on papers. So he's gonna get some sort of sign because they got to account for the time they had him locked up.
Right. Do you think, right, because they were saying questions, right? They were saying like, they threw out the other charges. So, but the charges he got, he going to be facing about 11 years. So they might get in probation. They did it on
So those 11 years, he got close to 2 years doing. That's what I'm saying. He gonna get time served and get out on papers. So he gonna probably do like another year or 18 months. Boom, he back out on the streets.
He back out on the streets, exactly. So
yeah, Diddy home within 2 years regardless. No brainer. Because this is his first trial. He getting 30% of that 11 years. That's 11 years max. So they probably give him a 6 so that he can get out on paper or something. 11 years is the max he can get.
The max he get, right.
He's not getting the max.
He don't get the max. Exactly.
He won the lawsuit. He's not getting the max.
so this be my thing. When I'm just asking you a question, I want you to give the people your perspective, right? And this is my boy right here. This is my people. So what do you think, like, as far as you'll see Diddy go to jail for this type of shit? He basically pimping. You know what I'm saying? Pimping, selling pussy.
Diddy ain't even pimping. He's just he's a fantasy driver. Like you got women out here. You got women out here that are getting paid to fulfill fantasies.
To talk about
yeah, that's all Diddy did. Like you got people. That means every person with a foot fetish needs to go to jail.
Basically,
because you out here paying women to do freaky shit with their feet. Like you got the dude just got shit on the Facebook. Paid the girl to shit on him.
Huh? He paid it.
Yeah, he paid her.
Jimmy, I wonder how many of the people criticizing Diddy give all their money to OnlyFans ladies to do whatever dirty, demented stuff that's probably way, way more perverted than whatever Diddy's doing.
I'm forgetting that, Misha. You're right, Misha. Now, what do you think about that?
You got all these fetishes out here. Diddy did nothing, but he didn't rape nobody. He didn't force nobody. He didn't drug nobody.
Right.
If that's the case, T.I. ought to be in jail because they said T.I. you had to take the drug to come into the party.
Hey, leave T.I. out of this. Leave Tip out of this. Leave Tip out of this. Look, Tip ain't leave Tip out of this. Leave Tip out of this.
Nah, we telling it all. We ain't holding back.
Yeah, we telling it all.
I ain't got but one life. I can't tell it in another life. I got to tell it all now while I can, baby. I can't hold back now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that part. So let me say this, right? Now, do you think, people like Hugh Hefner don't go to jail for that shit? He was heavy.
But see, that's how you beat cases, by using case references. When you reference other people, the law has is a certain thing about federal law that they have to abide by. Like when you go in a case and they say Plessy versus Ferguson or Plessy versus Alabama, that's what case references is. So if I know Diddy lawyers use me because you can read the minutes on what they submitted, all the references to other stars getting accused of this, getting accused of that. That's why I know he's not getting a whole lot of time because they're gonna have to go back and try everybody else. That's the law. That's the federal law. Or you're gonna have to pay Diddy a large sum of money. You think these folks really want to give Diddy $200-3 million, $200-300 million because they charge him and not somebody else? Nah, he coming home. Period. It's easy case. I should have been his lawyer, goddamn it.
He got third lawyers, his lawyer in the YC.
I represented myself on my case. I came home. They arrested me. I came home.
He can explain it now.
Yeah, I've been on a RICO case. I represented myself and my family members. We all home now. We all home.
How did that work? Though, explain to people how did it work without telling too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, without telling them too. Well, I can talk about the case. The case over with.
Yeah. Okay.
So basically, like what they were charging us with, like he had a white guy. I forget his name, Hoffman or something. He got caught with like 300 pounds. He got caught way more than we got caught with. He got extradited to another city to spend his time, all on probation, no time period. So you couldn't give us no time for the same crime he committed when he didn't get no time. So we filed a lawsuit and a conflict of interest lawsuit against the state. So then they dropped our charges.
That's how they shit.
We came home. They took $1 million from us, but we came home.
Right, that part. So let's get back into it real quick. Hold on, y'all. We're gonna see what they're doing. We're gonna do the update. That's my boy. Freddie, you know what I'm saying? Ain't Freddie Beat, that's my boy. Lot of gang. You got a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, this is the home of a lot of gang. I hear everybody boom gang, everybody stealing our shit, man. A lot of gang started here. It's the home of a lot of gang. You know what I'm saying? We started. We put the work in for it.
Hello. We're gonna talk about that. That's another episode. We'll get it there. We're gonna stick to the Diddy. Let's see what they say in the court.
Time behind bars has made an impact, Christian said, adding that he can tell Combs has changed. I ask you with the utmost respect, please give us grace and please give him mercy to let him out and become the man we all know he is. Christian asked the judge. Sean Combs is crying in court himself. Sean P. Diddy Combs, while his children were on the stand, started crying, holding his head in his hands and wiping away tears before putting his head down. Combs begins to cry. His daughter, Jessie, told the judge that her dad promised he would always be there to keep us safe. And her sister, Chance, added that they are just daughters who need our father. We have emptiness in our lives, Chance said, adding that Combs is thoughtful and that he has made mistakes, but that he wants to do better. Chance added that she's seen a difference in how he listens and responds to her, and that his time in jail has been unexpectedly healing. In the video that they're playing to the court right now, Combs is seen with his children praying, engaging in charitable work. That's what they're sharing to the judge right now. So that's what's going on. I think this thing wraps up in the next hour, but I do think the judge is going to be talking for at least 10 to 20 minutes on why the judge is going to hand down the sentence that the judge chooses to do. I think after this, we're going to hear from possibly Diddy himself and final remarks by maybe Mark, maybe Tenny Garagos. But that's what they said they would do, have multiple lawyers up. Analysts, the defense is trying to paint Combs in a different light. The defense team is attempting to paint Sean Diddy Combs in a different light from what is shown in the video of the rapper physically assaulting his former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. It was really hard to look away from the ugliness. Entertainment reporter Lisa France says, adding that the defense team is fully aware that the video of the 216 incident paints a really horrible picture of him. And so they want to present him as more than what you saw in that video, and more than what the people who testified against him said, and more than what Cassie has said. This video that they're sharing now was released on the 11th hour. It appears to be an effort to show the court the positive impact Combs has made during his life. It includes a montage of clips of Combs over the years showing his work with charity, youth engagement programs.
Get ready, players. Welcome to the Ultimate Cyber Showdown. Each week in October represents a new level to the sport.
Uplifting and upbringing of him in the hip-hop industry, and taking care of his children after the death of his partner, Kim Porter. It's like 11 to 15-minute video.
I mean, that's it.
Like, when
So we're
are they supposed to give him?
halfway
When are
done.
they supposed to give the goddamn sentence? My question.
You said what now? I couldn't hear you. I had to pause. So what? Yo, y'all that mission? Y'all hear me, Mike J? Freddie B. Yo.
Yo, can you hear me? Damn. Yo.
Yeah.
No, I was saying, when is they supposed to sentence him? You can hear what I was saying?
They're supposed to be sentencing him today, I think. But
no, it's today, but I'm saying what time? I know it's the fucking day.
I
I'm saying,
don't know. They saying he's supposed to speak. Like I just heard Billy say he's supposed to speak. He's supposed to say something. Like you want to tell him, brother, man, what he was saying. What you thinking about? Like he had a point. He wanted to say. Freddie did. So they got a prostitute too. I mean, the nigga that was West. Right? You want to get?
It's a tricky case. The way he's basically being charged with right now. That's why I think the deliberation gonna speak on it first. It's probably gonna end in a mistrial. That's my first opinion.
You saying Puff's case? Can you hear me? He said Puff Chuck case gonna end in
after everybody deliberated. Yeah, like when he's charged with prostitution, you got to also charge all the willing participants in it.
Hell yeah, exactly.
And right now, it'll be you got to think of chaos. People gonna be in an uproar. Anybody else get charged behind Diddy or whatever, and these people basically innocent though, because you can. It's legal to hire escorts and stuff like that. So you gotta just think about that part. Like, was it actual prostitution or was it porn?
Correct.
Yeah, that's why they chose that goddamn Man Act shit. But man, these people crazy.
Yeah, prostitution is a tricky thing to charge now because of OnlyFans and the porn.
Yeah.
Right now. That's why Hugh Hefner could never get charged.
But that's what we was just talking about that earlier, Brady. That like Hugh Hefner, he's been free this whole. He did the same. He did worse
because he did porn. So all his fetishes was covered on the federal amendment.
Right.
Because we legalized porn, and he was also in a state where brothels was legal. It's also the state that Hugh Hefner stayed in too.
Oh, think of that's Jimmy White people. His name Freddie too.
Yeah, the state law.
He talked through Jimmy White phone.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Think said, who is that, Jimmy White?
Yeah.
Yeah. This Freddie Bang.
Yeah, that's my boy. That's my brother-in-law right there. Yeah. So he's just giving his perspective right quick. So go ahead, talk about it. Because a lot of people don't understand.
You understand. People got to understand. You got state
he understand
law
that, Rico.
and federal law.
And the reason why this Jimmy White talking to me, I'm letting him talk because he understands it, Rico. He actually was in a situation like that. He can speak on it now. So he understands how this shit works. So, and I like to let people in real time speak on this shit that's been through that. They can explain it. So,
exactly.
Know the experience. The conflict of interest within the law is the gray area that we all want to suffice to. We all want to find those gray areas. The gray area is gonna be like, what did the state allow? Like, was he having private fetishes, or was he just actually paying a prostitute like on a thing? See, he was paying this guy on a regular basis. So now it becomes a private, personal fetish because you can pay somebody for sex all day. People got sugar mamas and sugar daddies all day long. And with Diddy giving everybody allowances, that's that gray area that if I was his lawyer, I'd be fighting. That this was a personal matter. This wasn't nothing that he was just randomly finding a person on the street. This was a personal vendetta, a personal fetish that he searched for or participated in.
Correct.
And you know that because of the people that already spoke. They already deliberated. That they participated willingly.
Right.
And they was compensated willingly. It's like if I got a sugar mom, I got this 70-year-old lady give me $1,500 a month to knock her head off.
She did.
You can't charge me with that. That's my sugar mama. She paying my bills. She doing everything I want. That's what Diddy. He was a sugar daddy.
Right, basically.
Just a freaky sugar daddy.
That's it. A real super freak.
But you got that all the time. You got white dudes paying girls to peg them every day.
It ain't gonna do nothing about it because
we talking about senators and governors, participating in very freaky stuff. Because most escorts are at these dinners, political parties, and stuff like that. And with any political party, you're gonna see thousands of escorts. Right. Those women in political parties are not there just to be there. They're there because they're paid to be there.
Right. That's crazy. That's normal practice.
Yeah, it's just like if you pay me to come speak.
They pay them to entertain.
But it also goes to the biggest question in the United States is when are we going to legalize this so that people stop getting exploited? Like when you go, I've been to 17 countries and all over the world, you got legal whorehouses, and those countries also have a low domestic violence rate or a very low rape rate because men and women can go exploit their fantasies or fetishes without being ridiculed. That's what we need to do. We legalizing people to be gay, but people need to be legalized to have their fetish. Add that to the LGBTQF. LGBTQF for fetish. Fetishes need to be allowed. As long as they uphold the law or statutory rape, fetish should be allowed. You want to watch a nigga fuck your gal, you should be allowed to do that. Because people doing it in swingers clubs.
Swingers club.
We got swingers clubs open right now. Where you can go in there and goddamn, you can ask them, hey man, I'm here to shit on somebody. Somebody ain't gonna be accepting of it. You just don't gotta pay them. Well, you might be paying them something under the table at that place.
To do that. Feel like they freaking fans. That's true. Let's see what's going on in the courtroom, y'all. All right, come on, we're gonna go back to it real quick.
Here's about halfway done this video. We'll see what happens next. It is now 1:05 p.m. Eastern, folks. We've been here 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, about 2.5 hours.
Okay.
We had one break in between for a few minutes. So start at 10:17. So about 2.5 hours so far. It's pretty long. Most defendants do not get this long when it comes to sentencing. Daily Mail came out with a report just a minute ago. Diddy should get light sentence because he was once awarded Menswear Designer of the Year, his lawyer, Westmoreland, says. Because Diddy was once awarded the Menswear Designer of the Year, he should get a light sentence. And it also says that Westmoreland grew emotional. Her argument saw her cite his 2004 award for Menswear Designer of the Year from the Council of Fashion Designers of America as a reason he should be free. Reporters in the courtroom noted that Westmoreland appeared to start crying during her argument, where she also said Combs should be praised because he launched one of the first Black-owned music record labels. It wasn't just about an award. It was about breaking barriers. Mr. Combs is just a man. He made some mistake. He has flaws like we all do. But how many of us can say we've helped so many lives? And I will point out that the article doesn't refer to Westmoreland as the attorney. It says sobbing lawyer tells court. Sobbing lawyer.
John, you there? You got to put.
Just want to point that out. A sobbing lawyer tells court.
Yeah.
All right. So it seems like we're about 8 minutes or so into this video. Should be wrapping up soon.
What is he doing? Yeah. What is he not? Yo, Misha, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Freddie. You're good.
Meantime, I appreciate some of the. I'm seeing some of the comments here. A lot of comments.
I thought y'all couldn't hear me.
Annette S., thank you. Erica Sissy, thank you. Christina Sanders says, I think Westmoreland's a bit love-struck. I've never seen a defense attorney cry on behalf of their client. I really haven't seen it any either. Has anyone ever seen a defense attorney cry on the stand for their client? Great observation, because my mind was wondering that too. Seems like a little bit personal here, more than just attorney-client relationship. It sounds like something more friendly or something more.
What up, though? What up, Freddie?
No, I was going to say, pause that right quick, because they on break. You got to see, look at that last post I just put on Twitter about the Ray J shit. Remember Kim them just, huh?
About the Ray J shit, they trying to sue him.
No, I just was finna see what you finna say, because they on break right now with the Puff shit. But that, remember Kim them just fucking did suing Ray J or some shit But whatever the fuck it is, but he just responded. That shit crazy, bro. You gotta listen to what he just said, but in that video. I guess he live on Twitch.
What, Ray J? You said go to your page?
Yeah, that shit crazy. Yeah, it's on my page. I was just saying, I wanted you to play the video. If I was running, goddamn.
Video's called what though? Hold on, wait a minute.
It's the last one. It's my last tweet. Cause
Hold on.
TMZ the one posted it.
Oh, TMZ posted it?
Yeah, TMZ the one posted it.
Hold on.
I was just saying, speak on that real quick before they come back off break. They don't break.
You saying play the video over or just speak on it?
Just play. You could have just pulled up the video.
I'm trying to put.
JL ain't talking about shit right now.
Who?
The one we watching. He
All you
just.
gotta do is tell me what up, Misha. Jump in there. Hold on.
Yeah, Misha's still here. I was just saying.
Yo, I was just hearing the part with the lawyer. Like, I think you guys talked about that before, but I've never seen that before. I've never seen a lawyer. I don't know if it helps or not, but I've never seen a lawyer get a bat like that for a client.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see real quick. Hold on. Let me see.
Misha, you was talking about Puff lawyer? One of Puff lawyers?
Yeah. They were saying like the lawyer was crying, right? Like,
yeah.
Do you think that helps, Freddie? Like, so I admire the lawyer cares, but like, do you think that will help? I'm not sure, but
yeah,
I think it helps in the court of public opinion. I don't know. I guess like with the court, do you think that will help with sentencing? I think it helps with us, and I think it helps with the public culture court, but I don't know if that will actually go over well with the judge.
Yeah, that I don't know. I don't know. Because everything comes down to that fucking judge, dude. It all depends on your fucking judge. So it can be something that's good to be done, but shit, if the judge want to be a fucking dickhead, they just gonna be a dickhead. And I think he got one of those, goof troops. But like think I had put in the chat earlier, at the end of the day, I think Trump watching all of this shit and they know that man is being like none of this shit is cool. And then it's the state of New York. They know this shit is bogus. It's all some bullshit. It's some bullshit. So
Well, and if you're
in this
Trump,
case, we don't know.
Freddie, if you're Trump, and very, very different case, so I want to be clear, but if you're Trump as well, you saw like how easy it was in New York State to kind of go after him on the essentially the way he was valuing his real estate. That more or less that was the major case where he had to pay a massive fine, or at least I don't know if it was appealed or overturned, but like he saw that shit. And Freddie, it's not like I'm not saying Donald Trump has never broken the law or ever done anything a court can go after, but the thing is, you had New York prosecutors, New York City prosecutors, the AG saying like campaign on, I'm going to go after Trump. And the thing is, I think there's a lot of people as well like that, Freddie, in New York City, in New York State, where it's not just going after like a conservative, okay? I think there's a lot of people that view, those districts in New York and whatnot as an opportunity to make their name and then run for office later. So if you're the guy that takes down Diddy on all this stuff, then suddenly you're able to run for maybe mayor or something, maybe a congressional seat. So they're not always caring about getting the truth or getting justice. A lot of these people are caring about getting their name like in the spotlight. It's about them, not about Diddy or not about any alleged victims.
All right, well, here you go right here. Freddie, here you go right here.
I defamed you? How? How I defamed you? You just paid me all this money. You didn't mention that, huh? Go back up. You didn't mention that. But you also didn't mention that you were supposed to tell Hulu to take that shit down, bro. These bitches already paid me $5 million, bro. And they trying to, like, make me a slave, bro. I can show you all the dirty shit they telling me. This ain't even no money. This ain't even no money, bro. This is you telling me, please don't tell nobody. You going to jail. This is bribery. And you keep pressing me every year. And I don't want to take this shit no more, bro. I don't want to take y'all money. Like, this is bad. What are you doing? This is hush money from a lie that you created. You went online and said that you didn't do you like, Chris, you told me what to do. You made me shoot another dirty sex tape with your daughter. And you made me do dirty things, yo. And you made me feel every day like it ain't okay. Like this is not okay. Now, I get by it and I'm having fun and I'm doing my thing. I'm back. It's like, yo, Ray's a good nigga. And then you want to hit me and send cease and desist letters to everybody to make them not be like even hang around me like that up. So it. America deserves to know. Y'all trying to kill the black community. Y'all trying to kill us off. I swear to God, I can go deeper than this, but I'm not today. Like, what's up is that this bothers me every day when I see my daughter and I see my son, and I'm like, yo, I know I have 1 year left to make sure that they know who their dad really is.
That shit crazy. They paid him $5 million, bro. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, so that is right there. So
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you can jump off of it. I just want to hear it. I didn't get to listen to
yeah,
it.
see, this been a good live, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to X Society. Shout out to Nisha. Shout out to the Roosevelt. Shout out to Twitch, YouTube, X. Everybody came through. Y'all stay tuned. We're gonna be back. I think it was a great live. We've been going too long. We've been going a minute now. And shout out to everybody that pulled up, man. Better be just hit me up. Yeah. So I don't know if you're gonna crank it up next, but we did a good thing.
You getting off the live, nigga, before they got them to do the same?
You want me to stay?
Nigga, what difference do it make, man? You could just sit right here and let that play until the sentencing happen. Is you
All right,
insane?
well, I'm gonna just let it play then. All right, cool.
You tired? I mean, you can get off.
I ain't tired. I'm just gonna go on mute.
No, I'm just saying. No. I mean, yeah, you can go ahead. And it don't matter.
Yeah, because it's cool, man. Because we all gonna find out we can bust another one open. You see what I'm saying? Everything is timing and schedule. You see what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
it's been a great live, man. We can go on.
All right, Misha.
It's somebody else's turn.
Good talking to you, Misha.
I'm not a ball.
Good talking to you, Freddie. And also, very quickly, guys, if you liked what you heard with Jimmy, and you're on Twitch, please go over to X at Jimmy Rothschild with a Z in there, at Jimmy Rothschild. Give him a follow. And if you're on Twitter or X, please go over to Twitch, Blancos Network. Give him a follow, subscribe, join the chat. It helps get Jimmy, Freddie, and everyone else more like into the algorithm and shit there. So definitely appreciate it. And Jimmy, thanks for having me on this morning.
No problem, Misha, and everybody else. Yeah, follow the Twitch, man. Blancos Network. Follow the YouTube, Blancos Network. Everything, all the socials, everything. So y'all know what it is. Stay tuned. We'll be back. It's just time to probably start a new stream. But let me get some lunch or something. But everybody need a lunch break. They on break too, so we need a lunch break too. So we'll be back, y'all. All love y'all. Shout out to everybody came through and pulled up, show love to the thing, man, and light this thing up, hype this thing up, man. They're making Jimmy great again. Good morning, X Society. Everybody know what it is. Roosevelt, the Bunnyville. It is what it is. All right, y'all. Love.